Working your way into LCS takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries, watching YouTube a lot. Saturday at Remy's place. Sometimes you wanna go hang out and banter at Remy's place. Come in and jump on lives today. You wanna be where you can see our grails are all the same. You wanna banter at Remy's place. You wanna go where people know we don't all collect the same. You wanna go hang out at Remy's place.
What's going on, everybody? Jimmy back again with Remy Q Studios. I want to welcome you to my studio. It's Saturday. It's Remy's place. It's the Hangout. Why don't we hang out? Yes.
Hold on. Is this better?
I wasn't sure if I was like, should we just start off with him here? Should we wait? I saw you go for the super zoom like I did, but I don't know. I try to mix it up. If anybody wants to join, hit me up on Instagram. I might see it. If not, reach out to somebody else. Maybe Chris can throw you the link. Somebody can. I'm sure we'll have some other folks sneaking in here at some point. How are you doing, sir?
Good. It's been a minute, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Your most recent video hit me, man. It hit me hard. I was just reading up on.
Everybody's going to be able to enjoy Remy's place. Feel free to join if you'd like. You son of a bitch!
I swear to God, I've watched the progression of your editing skills over time. Like, I've been victim of it myself. But when you were zoomed in on yourself, it's like, oh, this is good. I'm like, oh no, what am I watching? Nick, stop talking.
It's so funny because and I mean, I'm it's a joke. It's funny, but it was during Legion's Friday stream that had come about, and one of the things that happened, actually, because sometimes I'll join from work. Well, I have that exactly what you showed. I have that at work. That's what Nick sent me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've got this. I would love to do this with y'all. We should do this. Like, we had talked about it. And then in the mix at some point, we were like, yeah, we really should do this. And I thought it was just, eventually we would discuss it. And no, apparently Remy Q was not invited to this. But, it happens. It happens. So.
It's not only the editing skills. It's not only the editing skills, it's the music he dubs it
to. Look, if anyone knows anything about the music being tossed into stuff he's edited, it's me.
God damn it. And Chris, I tell you, I love this guy. Like, he is my favorite on YouTube, bar none. And when I saw his face during that video, I was like, this was the moment that Nick knew he fucked up.
It was so funny because I was gonna go. So this was the thing is, in my head, I was like, I'm wondering what my own reaction was when I heard this news, which is why I went back and did the zooming, because I literally was like shocked. You know what I mean? So I was like, then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and find where we talked about this and clip that in. And then I was like, nah, you know what? That's too hard. I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll get Nick on the first stream, the first time. And then it was perfect because as I watched it at the very end, he was like, you know what? Maybe I'll do a live stream and you can join my channel. I was like, oh, that'd be great. And so that's why I stopped it there. And then we cut to so what do you guys having going on? Oh, invited all these people over. It's going to be a really great cast of different characters with different perspectives. Everybody's going to really enjoy it. This is a great story. And yeah, it's just a good thing that Remy Q's not going to be there because he might screw everything.
But the best part, so aside from the video, then is that everything that happened afterwards on DJ's show. Like I wasn't watching it live. I talked to Mark and Mark and Rob before Only Saps. I was talking about. I'm like Remy released some gold again today, guys, and then they both just started laughing. They're like, "Did you watch what happened after what he edited?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Did you watch it in the mix?" I'm like, "I haven't watched it yet." So I went back and watched it. And just everyone's like, tomorrow at 5, tonight at midnight, and then DJ for the win is just like, well, I'm going to review.
And do you know what went on backstage for like 15 minutes was incessant, and I just gotta sit there and take it.
Nah, it's
We
all
understand,
good.
man. I totally
I understand,
understand.
man. I understand. Sometimes people just grow apart, you know? You can't help it. Like
I've been busy, man. I've been busy. Oh, it's all good fun though.
yeah, no.
Whew.
It'll be
Well,
exciting.
thank you to the both of you.
I'll be there.
You're making me smile today.
I'll be there in the chat. I'll be there in spirit.
I thought you were going to be there at 5.
I will tell you though, don't be surprised if Angel sends out the Jeremy was in a horrible accident right before you guys. The funny thing is it didn't look like he hit the brakes before he went over the cliff. We think he did
There's no,
the cliff
there's no brake marks.
with my Knicks kicks and comics. Oh man. Oh, just blaring Casey and JoJo out of this window.
The only thing that survived this horrible flame engulfed wreck was this trade paperback of Watchmen. Unscathed. 300 plus pieces of paper survived this fire.
He had a note in it. He wanted to send this to you, Nick. It was covered in his tears before. Oh man, that's funny. Oh man, we got a bunch of people in the chat here. Check this out. We got I can't go back. I can't go back. What's up, Tricky Trapster? How you doing, Trev? Mr. Pocan Joe, what's going on, brother? You want to join us? Hit me up, somebody.
Yeah, where's Joe been? Joe has been missing.
Chop and drop. Las Cruces, sir. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What do you mean? There's actual Drac. What's up, man? How you doing? I see Sam's in here. Yep. I like gloves. I don't have any gloves, man. I'm sorry. It's Angel packed them up. Hey, Comic Journey, what's going on, man? That was fun. Fun time last night. They went on for like 7 or 8 hours. That thing was the real deal. Like it was going on in the morning. I didn't know it. I checked. I checked YouTube, and it was like, it's a, you know how it tells you, this streamed, 5 hours ago or something. It was this morning, and it said this streamed 38 seconds ago. Like I just missed it, and sure enough, I clicked on it and I see Mark, and it's morning. You can see like the sunlight coming in through his window. I was like, damn, that's how you do it. The all-nighter there. So, but I guess I can't say anything because I know Tyler and Panda and I were we were just backstage all night before we ended the stream to stay backstage until the wee hours of the morning. So. Oh, what's up, Jim? How you doing? That'll be exciting. I'm excited to see everybody at Heroes. It's getting closer.
Nick, you're muted.
3 months away.
Yeah.
Slowly building my wardrobe.
Your wardrobe? Costume changes?
No, just the t-shirts I'm gonna bring, the shoes I'm gonna wear.
Is there, boys, are there going to be grills you're going to be hunting? I was just actually kind of fine-tuning a list for myself.
I'm hoping for a Silver Surfer 4 or maybe an ASM annual 1.
Nice.
Yeah, that's on my short list too. ASM annual 1, House of Secrets for Swamp Thing. Some things that's probably a little bit more affordable is actually this fantastic cover of Aquaman 42, pardon me, Aquaman 42. It looks just like a movie poster from the mid-60s. It's the second appearance of Black Manta. Not that I'm a big Aquaman fan, but I am a fan of just fantastic pop art, and this is just something I saw on the show that used to be Only Slabs. I've seen it a couple times there, and every time I see it, I'm like, I keep forgetting I'd love to get my hands on that book. And so yeah, it's on my short list. If I can find it in a mid-grade for $2 or less, I'm hoping.
Nice. I don't think I have anything in particular. Like, I've always just, if I see a deal on something, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm like, oh damn, I gotta get this. Could be anything. I still want to get my Journey 89, but I've been patient on that. You know, that was something I wanted to get last year and waited on because I didn't want to overpay for it. And so again, I guess it depends on what I see. I know when I went to Baltimore, I got a couple things, and it was just like, wow, this is a deal. You know, I gotta pick these up. So
I don't know. Like I said, I'm fluid. I'm hoping to get those 2 books before I get to Heroes.
hold on, Jeremy. I'm gonna send it to you.
That's just because my local, one of my LCSs just gives me such a good deal. But it's just a matter of having the money when they have those things in stock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see Jim's in the chat. That's cool. Jim was showing a video on IG. I don't know if you guys saw it earlier that it looked like a tanker blew up like a couple streets over away from his home. So really? He left a message if him and his family were okay. He said, yeah, it's just a whole lot of smoke and it was pretty loud. Like he caught on video an like maybe a secondary explosion of it actually happening, which looked like the house that was across the street from him, like it was just beyond their backyard. So it was something to see. Yeah. Yeah. Jim's saying Mr. Miracle won and the rest of the run. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Miracle
That's
won.
A great show that y'all had today.
Yeah. I think Mark surprised quite a few people with basically the first half of the show being all Marvel keys and Marvel slabs that he had.
Yeah, and I think that was because somebody had said something earlier in the week where it was going to be all DC keys. I was like, that's not Mark, though. Mark?
Oh, no. Mark just loves modern DC. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mark's got some books.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How you doing?
The most famous hands in the biz.
That's right. I figured I'd come during prime time to make an appearance since I've only been around for the creatures of the night these days. And, actually talk to the daywalkers a little bit.
Are there any stream rules we should know about? Because I've
Yeah, actually, that's the primary. That is the actually primary reason I have made an appearance today. Just because you guys were talking a little bit about HeroCon, and I want to really go over the rules of engagement once we get there.
Well, let's make these hands even more giant. There you go.
Let's go.
So I want to make this very, very clear with you. First of all, no pictures. Okay, that's rule number one. No pictures. Rule number one. Number two. I do not want people touching me. No engagements whatsoever. No personal contact. No hugs. No kisses. No nothing. No, we don't.
We've been through this though, CJ. We've been through this.
No cooties. We're not going to do any of that. Okay. All right. No Canadian maple hugs. Nothing like that. Okay.
But they're nice and warm. Just ask Nick and Remy.
We don't do that. We don't do that. Unless you look like Pamela Anderson, I'm not accepting a hug from you.
She's Canadian though.
Well, she's different. She's a different kind of Canadian. Okay. I'll even take an old Pamela Anderson hug. No problem. No problem. Then rule number 3, no pictures. Okay. Rule number 4. We're going to do social distances around 12 and a half feet from each other. And I think that's appropriate.
I don't understand these units of measurement, so I'm going to give you a hug.
If you want help with the units, it's 3 meters. 3 meters.
God damn it, that's a large distance, CJ.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. I wanted to take pictures of you with every person that was there, but I would like to Photoshop their head on your body. So it's like if you and Chris are like got the old like arm in arm, there'll be 2 Chris's and then just your hands.
We could possibly work something out.
I'm glad that you're negotiable.
We could work something out. I'm not going to tire the entire audience in the chat with all the rules of engagement. I have already listed the first 23 rules in our personal group. I will continue to add more rules as we go closer to the event on a daily basis, making sure that everybody completely understands how this needs to be done. And I think we'll all be in a very kumbaya kind of silly situation if that's the case. As long as everybody follows the rules, we'll be okay.
I'm going to have about 15 GoPro batteries and 3 terabyte memory cards just to film 42 hours straight of Comic Journey.
Well,
fighting the homeless over their dollar bills and everything.
Yeah, I don't do that normally, okay?
That was one of the best things I've ever seen on YouTube. Like, you parked in the middle of the street, got out, and went to inspect the bag because you saw a dollar bill from 30 feet away. And then homeless guy comes over and is like, hey, that's my bag. I was like, dude, they're about to fight over the dollar. This is great.
It's $1, dude.
I'm just saying, how you saw the dollar through the bag from that far away and then decided, you know what, I better go inspect this. I guess it could have been a whole bag full of money. So yeah,
that actually was my thoughts. I thought some like a freaking drug dealer might have been trying to do an exchange and dropping off the money.
Drop
I'm
the
like,
bag.
oh shit, I got crack money. I'm in the money, but apparently it was only a homeless guy's dollar. So hey, it is what it is.
So CJ, I got a legit question for you. So I'm sure everyone in the community has been marveling at the wonderful job that Shop for Comics has been doing, making all the personalities from YouTube and IG into some of their favorite superheroes. And by the way, I think Shop still might be in the chat. Shop, keep it up, man. It's turning into something iconic. Oh, CJ, yeah. if Shop were to do you based on your YouTube personality,
he did me already.
Well, who was it?
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it. No.
Yeah.
You suck.
Was it Kool-Aid? Was it Kool-Aid Man? I was gonna recommend someone else then.
You got my hands in all their glory and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, of course, Canadians gonna ignore the Kool-Aid Man. What am I gonna tell you?
Wait, what are you talking about, man? He's red like a maple leaf.
Yeah, well, you should have paid more attention to him.
I didn't see that IG.
That was actually the best piece that the shop made.
Really? Why don't you take a look at the top left corner of the whole shebang when everyone's there and let me know who you see.
It was a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece. It was a complete masterpiece. Except when he made his group photo, he made me like a little ant. Little
that's
hands.
because of your hands.
My hands are big.
Yeah, but that's just it. If he puts you up front, then it's going to be nothing but a pair of
I
hands.
wish I could crush your head like I could do
Yeah.
like the old
There we go.
I could do the
I'm
old
going to hug
bit.
the crap out of you, man.
I could do the old bit where I crush your head. I can't do
And
it.
the best part is I'm going to be doing when I have a big old cigar in my mouth. These guys know I smoke cigars, so it's just going to be like just torturous.
Who's gonna come with me to the strip bars that night?
I'll go.
All right.
I need companions.
100%. I'll go.
You know, if I could get a couple of companions to come with me, it'd be great because I don't want to be that creepy guy that goes to the place by himself and
Wow.
hey, come here.
I'll be honest with
Up
you.
in
I don't
Purvey's
think
Road.
I don't think Charlotte's going to be able to deliver like Baltimore did for Mr. Cocaine Joe and myself, but there he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
There he goes.
All the cars.
Because this guy and I got led into the basement. We got led into the basement of a building that was more than sketch. Like the police were outside and they decided it was a little too sketchy for them. They left. And then we followed some gentleman into a basement.
That shit was awesome.
Live to tell the tale.
Gentleman in Charlotte.
What's that?
Can you find that same gentleman to escort us in Charlotte to another place?
I don't know.
We gotta find him.
I don't know.
I like
If
the
he was
look in
around
his
here, I'd
eye.
be able to help you a little bit, but Charlotte's a bit out of that's not my stomping ground.
I like this. I like the look in Joe's eye. It's unfortunate. I heard they're actually coming with your wife, so that's it. Danger zone.
Well, my wife's not coming.
Oh no! Ooh. I'm hanging out with Pope and Joe.
Joe, you're doing Planet next week?
Yeah. Yep, gonna hit up Planet Comic Con, then we're gonna take a little break, then hit up Heroes. And then I have Galaxy Con and then Baltimore Con.
Good evening, Rob.
I tell you, I go to it's time for dinner. Let me look at Remy's place. Oh, there's nothing queued up. There's nothing even created in the studio. No problem. I'll go have lunch or dinner. Come back from dinner. Look away. That's fucking going up and live and going. How come I did it for 20 minutes already? How come I didn't get a notification? What the hell is up with this?
Yeah.
See, only Phil, the old fucker like me, would know the kids in the whole bit, the whole crush your head thing.
Crush your head.
Crush your head. I crush your head. I know that Comic Vet knows it because he's Canadian. Kids in the hall are Canadian, so he knows that. So he got it.
Yeah, they all know each other in
Millennial.
Canada.
The less
There's
you
only like
millennial,
8 of us.
I crush your head. That's how it works. Hey Rob, I know you're Mr. Organization. Did you put all my rules into a nice little spreadsheet to share them with everybody?
I think I forgot to delete you from the group.
All seriousness, no, CJ, that brought me so much joy, man. Did I have a good laugh?
What's that?
Your banter. The best part was when you said, when I come in, I'm only here for a few minutes, but I fill up the chat. That was great.
Well, yeah, I was quiet for how many weeks while you guys were really like bickering between each other and blah 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 blah.
Bickering.
I'm just sitting there in the background looking. I'm like looking. What the hell are these people talking about? What are these people talking about? You guys were gonna make my freaking brain explode. So I held it all in together. I waited to be 100% sure I was coming. And as soon as I was confirmed 100%, I booked my tickets. I bought the Hero content. I got a VIP pass because I'm special. So I could like walk right through the freaking doors and say, fuck you to everybody else that's on the line. And I'm going to run right through it. And I'm like, ready. I'm ready. And then once I knew that was ready, I put my rules for you people.
So once he knew he was coming, he exploded all over the chat.
That's it. So I'll just,
well done, Rob. Well done.
Nice.
I'll eke in the rest of my rules as the days come.
This is what I do.
I liked all the comments about the rules. One person was like, now I know what the checklist is.
You say the rules, we say it's a to-do list.
There was
Tomato.
some good banter after that. Like CJ provided a lot of good fun.
We will assign points to them, and we'll see whoever has the most points at the end wins.
Remy, I'm so happy you're streaming tonight.
We got a question for CJ. What flavor Kool-Aid makes the best homemade popsicles?
Well. There's a couple of different methods of how to go about it. You can
Vodka.
actually use the natural, cherry,
Tequila.
which is you can't go wrong with the cherry. Well, listen, are we making cocktails or are we just using the straight Kool-Aid
He
flavor?
said baking popsicles is what it said.
Popsicles. Yeah, popsicles.
All right, so if you're gonna go with that, tequila could work, but you have to use certain types of tequilas, not to be overbearing of the flavor of the Kool-Aid, and you have to use the one that already has the sugar added. You can't use the flavorless one. You have to use the sugar added one. Maybe add a little bit more sugar, maybe a little bit of Patron. You put a little bit of Patron
These are
in there.
not the popsicles I remember as a kid.
You put a little bit of coconut
Your
rum in there.
childhood sucked, Rob.
Coconut rum will make a really good
The
combination.
little Tupperwares that because
Yes.
Mom would always go to the Tupperware, you fill it up, and you put the yeah, and he'd have this plastic ring thing, and
Yeah.
sometimes
can't
you'd make them
go-
out of orange
Yes,
juice.
the plastic ring thing that you
Yeah.
pull out of the little
With the-
container
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Sometimes if
See,
you pull too hard, the ring
know
just
about
came
that
out. This thing
Tupperware,
was left
baby.
in there.
where is Tupperware today? Because that shit, I don't care. This Ziploc crap is no good. Tupperware is a legit,
Tupperware is now being sold in Target.
really.
Trudeau's
Yes.
banning it up here.
I bet you it's only a few basic things. It's not
I-
like the Tupperware.
Oh yeah,
parties
no,
of
it's not
old.
like the specialty stuff. But yeah, I was in Target the other day, and I was like, Tupperware in a retail store, like wow. And
How
sure
the
enough, they
mighty
had
have
bowls
fallen.
and stuff. But
Today there are today instead of all those people that used to do those Tupperware parties, those women have to do like sex toy parties or something instead. Those poor, unfortunate women.
Candle parties.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yes, I forgot about the candles.
Sensi.
wine parties.
Too many of those I've seen.
But Remy, I'm thrilled that you're streaming tonight, and I don't have to stream again tonight because I'm done. I'm done.
But Remy's not going past midnight.
No,
you
you
had,
have to.
you had
You
that
have to.
7-hour stream last night. I tip my hat to you, sir. That was amazing.
I did the same thing the night before. I'm done. I haven't slept. I'm done. I'm wiped out. I gave enough content for people to be able to go to sleep with for days upon days. So
We're gonna watch before long. You're gonna see. We still won't see his face, but we'll see the top of his head as it comes down on that table.
We're inside an ice tray with toothpicks.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, that was the pre Tupperware one.
Yeah.
Used to do that too. I remember I used to see actually that was one of the between cartoons. There was thing like taking an ice cube tray and filling it with like orange juice and putting saran wrap over it and then sticking the toothpicks. And that was like a
Yeah, but the Tupperware one was the perfect shape.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
bigger. And
Exactly.
and the cool thing was that little stick had the holes in it,
Yep.
so it would like grip onto it. It was great.
exactly right.
And
Yeah,
then
and you
chew
could
on
throw
the
it.
stick just a little
You
bit.
throw it in the dishwasher, and then next thing you know, or washing my hand, which tomato,
Mhm.
then make some more.
Yeah.
If you want to do
still
it.
make those
We had
Awesome.
all
I-
that Tupperware stuff.
Also, you remember High C came in that freaking big old can, and you had to
Yeah.
you had this weird nasty nozzle like an oil can that you had to
Yeah,
hook the edge and then puncture into the.
yeah.
Ecto cooler, baby.
Yeah, it was just like the oil can, like filling up your dad's oil in his car because it was all. The other thing I want, Joe, help me out on this. This is what I want to know. How come we don't have to bleed brakes anymore? As a kid, I remember distinctly having to sit in the car and help my dad bleed the brakes all the damn time. And I have never once in my lifetime, as an adult, had to bleed the brakes in my car. What's up with that?
The only time you should have to bleed your brakes in your car now is if you fill it up with something. You
Yeah,
still
or
do it.
if you have to replace a line where you actually will expose it. But
But the reason why you
changing
used
the brakes,
to-
I just use a C clamp and squish
Yeah.
it and put
Mhm.
it back on.
The only reason why you used to have to do it, like we had old tractors and stuff we had to do it with, is because the system just wasn't enclosed as well and it would take in air.
there's a lot of stuff we don't have to do anymore with these freaking cars right now.
Yeah, I don't have to wind up my. I don't have to do this. Nobody. At least what I did, people do what I was doing.
Well, think about it like this: half the people out there don't even own the cars; they lease the cars, so they don't even give a shit about the maintenance. They give it back in 3 years, and then like you deal with it with the maintenance. By the time you're ready to do any maintenance, it's going back to the dealers half the
Red,
time.
orange, yellow.
I've never leased a car in my life.
I own my own cars too, but I can't afford to lease because I put too many freaking miles on. But
Nice.
but I noticed that most of the people they lease the cars anyway, so that's like a thing that's going obsolete as far as a lot of the maintenance that we used to do, just take care of our cars.
Well, half of them times they require a computer. So even if you're a gearhead, unless you're doing an old car, you gotta have a computer science degree.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Everything's sensors and.
Yeah, when I had because when I had my Abarth and it was which was a tuner car, you'd buy all these like chip readers and all this computer programmers and all. It's like what I'm gonna do is put a freaking high cold air intake in there and change out the blow off valve and change out the no you gotta hook it up to the computer and run this and do that.
I was more in the era where you would just take crappy speakers, put them in a pine wood box, stick it in the trunk, and act like you were bumping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you kidding? I still have a sub in a. I've got it right over there, and a giant.
I used to have
plywood box. I didn't cover that thing with carpet because I didn't know what vehicle it was going to be in, so I didn't want to put black carpet on it. Maybe I need gray. Maybe it's beige.
I just had like one of my early cars was a beat up Mazda GLC, a 2-door hatchback, and it had a set of 6x9s that were like in the lift top when you lifted the hatch, and then I threw a truck box that had the 2 8-inch woofers and 2 horns on them stuck in the back with the amp mounted to the back of it. So, there you go. Get her done.
My first car was an '89 Regal, and it had awesome speakers in it. I remember I wrecked it, and I went to the junkyard at night that they took it to, and I took all the speakers out of it because it was like I don't even know. It was like a no name, but it was like the premium speakers, and
the premium Cracos.
It came with like a little box that it was in. So my next car was an early '90s Thunderbird, and I put these. I didn't want to replace the speakers, but I had to have the extra speakers. So when my passengers would get in between their legs, they would have a 6x9 in a little box, and I would have to warn them like, "Hey, just leave that where it's at. I've got the wire that goes into the door there."
It's all just taped with like packing.
I had
tape.
like 12 speakers in that thing. It had to be better, right? Like
it probably running them all in parallel, so it was really burning out the amplifier.
You guys had some badass cars compared to what I had. I had a 1982 Caprice Classic station wagon, brown.
Hey, my first car was a 1986 Isuzu Pup, and it was a mini truck, but it was an Isuzu, and it was a long bed, so it was a short, the little itty bitty micro trucks, but with an 8-foot bed on the back of it.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow. That thing, and it was
long enough you could take 3 cabs.
Well, you could lay it out right. You could haul a full sheet of plywood in the back with the tailgate up, but it probably didn't have enough motor power to pull a full sheet of plywood.
Well, I'm telling you, that's luxury compared to the shit I had. The thing that I was using was as a delivery. It was a delivery vehicle that was being used, and on my like one of the first dates, I took somebody with that car on. As I'm driving, the entire exhaust system falls off under the car, rusted. And listen to this. And you know how those station wagons, you could open up the back hatch in the back, and like the window, they would open up. This one actually had a power window in the back, so I actually was able to do that. I run out, I grab cloths that I had in the back, and I pick up the hot exhaust system from the floor, and I throw it in the back. The girl that was with me looking at me like, "What the hell was that?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It's all part of the program." I'm like, "What the hell was I supposed to do?" Like, it's like the most embarrassing freaking car on earth, but I loved it.
Mm-hmm. You haven't lived until you've been on one of those little mini pickup trucks, though, in San Francisco after it's been raining and you have no weight and traction on your back wheels, and it's a manual transmission, right? And you're sitting up there on this fucking hill at a dead light, and you step on the gas to go at the light, and all you're doing is doing this as you're sitting there. The wheels are spinning, and you can't get enough traction to get going up the hill.
Yeah.
My next car after
somebody
that.
Push.
I remember pushing people in the
do
snow with
Stevie
those
Wonder
little trucks. Yeah.
You would think with the
Everybody would
next
throw
car, I'd improve.
snow in the back of the truck to try to help weigh it down. It was
Right.
never enough weight, and I remember those trucks going everywhere and having to push people out of the ditch from those little trucks.
With the next car, you'd think I'd improve. I got a 1972 puke green Dodge Dart with every single. You know how they used to have cloth on the ceiling
Yeah.
on those cars?
Headliners.
Every single piece of cloth that was on there was strands. It looked like a crystalline cave that I was walking through because it was all hanging out.
Those are the tassels. Come on, man.
Oh, there you go.
You gotta rock that shit.
Puke green.
Cutlass T-top.
Oh, look at this guy, Mr. Fancy.
My first car, my dad took me to the auction, and we were able to get our hands on a 1989 Renault Alliance.
Ooh,
Renault.
you fancy with your
garbage
French car.
But then my dad turned around and started bidding on an inline 6 Jasper engine still in the crate. And all the farmers and everybody out there was looking at my dad, and they were like, "What are you going to use the engine for?" He's like, "I'm going to put it in that car for my boy." And they were all like, "It won't fit. The engine mounts won't mount up." And he goes, "That's what a torch is for." Oh, and I'm a rocket scientist. And he did that shit.
Oh my goodness! You just good times back there. And I really wanted to get one of those Datsun Z cars, but those were the shit back then, man.
Oh yeah.
They still race those Datsuns today.
I was gonna say people are picking those up like crazy now. It's a collectible item.
Well, I wanted the 510 because the 510 wasn't the longest. It was more the short compact sedan body. But but you still could street mod those things, and those things were fucking bad as hell. I didn't need to be the 260Z or the 280Z guy. I didn't like louvered windows.
My dream car was always getting how you call it, Thunderbird, not Thunderbird, Firebird, the one with the black.
The Trans Am?
You want the Burt Reynolds car.
I want to be Burt Reynolds more than anything else in the world.
Don't all want to be Burt Reynolds.
That car only has one song on its radio, and that's "Here We Go Again on Our Own."
Come on. Who didn't want to be Burt Reynolds? Really? I mean, come on.
You know what? If I still found one in decent shape, I think I'd still pick it up. That's
Hell yeah.
Dodge Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
I had a buddy of mine I worked with. He had an 81 Dodge Aries. It was his first car. And it was freaking so bad that he ended up going and he started messing with it just to try to make it look so dumb that it was cool. He went to like Kragen, and he's picking up the plastic spinners. They just snap on plastic spinners.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm disappointed. Like my kids missed out on that. Like they won't have the joy of having to go hunt down some crappy 80s beater to like drive in. Like that was the best. Some old 87 beater.
This has been sitting in the barn for.
Yep.
I know.
I gotta bounce out. I'll see you guys later.
Take it easy, Nick.
I love you, Nick.
Take it easy, Nick.
I mean, it was a rite of passage to get like your grandparents' car, but unfortunately, like my kids, they get their grandparents' car. It was my grandfather's. When he died, all he had ever drove it was like basically driving it to the VA hospital, because all the rest of the time he drove the golf cart everywhere because he was an older team. So I got this, they got this 2005 Honda Accord that every time the other day when they stole the catalytic converter off of it. So I take it to the shop and we're getting the catalytic converter replaced. And the guy goes in and goes right down the mileage and he comes out and he posts it and looks at me and says, "Is this legit?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, those are the original miles." It was like 30,000 miles on the car. And he's like, "How the hell?" And I'm like, "Oh, it was my grandfather's car. He drove it to the VA hospital, and that was it. Otherwise, he drove the golf cart everywhere." And that's why all the battle. That's why the car's in immaculate condition, except for the battle damage where he pulled it into the garage because he parked it in the garage. And so, 90-year-old pulling a car into the garage, there's a little bit of rubbing, and it wasn't racing.
Rubbin's racing.
Yeah, but not all rubbing is racing. Some of it's just an old man pulling his car into the garage with poor depth perception.
Chrome rims all the rage back then. Yep. Now you got to have them colored every which way and matching different trim.
No,
and
now you got to
whatever
take your wheels and camber them in so much that you look like an idiot. Well, as a minute, any camber, you look like an idiot. But
You want to hear the stupidest thing with chrome rims? I remember.
Oh, there were so many Jaguars with small block Chevys.
Yes.
Because the Jaguar motor you couldn't do anything with. It was like a cool car, but it was like
There
the
you
motor
go.
would blow out.
Ford,
They're like, all right,
Ford
we'll just stick something
Fiesta.
else in it.
Nice, there it is, the Ford Fiesta.
I remember a buddy of mine, like a good friend of mine, that bought when we were kids. We bought a 1979 Datsun Z, and he couldn't afford to get the chrome rims for it. They were all messed up and whatever. So he took a can of spray paint, chrome spray paint.
Yeah. My whole engine was covered in that chrome spray paint, bro. I can't even tell you how many $10 cans of spray paint I bought from Pet Boys because I had to detail. It was like once I did one thing, I was like, well, shit. Now I got to do all this other stuff here.
And then when it starts flaking, you start seeing the real it's charisma to the car.
My brother had.
I got the high temp spray paint, so it was good.
Oh, you were fancy with your spray paint.
It was $10 a bottle. I was like,
We went to Home Depot and got a Rust-Oleum.
No.
I know my brother had the Ford Fiesta, but he went down and got the Earl Shop. I'll paint any car for just $99.99 paint job on. Let me tell you, it looked like a $99 paint.
Yeah, Midas used to do that. God, they used to do crap paint jobs. Oh, I'd be so sad.
Nothing beats a Bondo car.
Nothing beats a Bondo car. I mean, fair.
Oh, good times.
Kids these days will never see. Isn't that the most marvelous picture the shop did? It's phenomenal. Look at that.
Shall we invite Taylor?
Yeah, I'm trying to invite him now, but I don't.
The link. I sent him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to kick CJ.
Can you deny that? Oh, you got a room? I'll jump off.
No, just no. It's just I just said it for the sake of saying it.
Hi, nerds. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm drunk.
How I am in that freaking.
I'm trying to win a PS5 from DJ's brother. So
he turned me to Where's Waldo in there. Like, go find me.
Go find me. There.
Nice.
Shop, I love you, but the
That's
jerky
not
has
quite
to
like
be much bigger in that montage.
I see Rob. I see me.
Well, I'm right up front. I'm easy.
Yeah. I see Becker.
Instead of GoFundMe, it's GoFind Me.
I see Shop.
Where do you see me?
There's a lot of
Let
spider
me
people.
see.
I'm like the Ant-Man in there.
Are you like between people's legs? Like,
I think it's somewhere in the upper left corner somewhere. Who the hell's
oh
watching?
yeah. You're not far from me there. He's
Yeah.
let me see if I can get it right.
It's like tiny. It's like tiny,
Right
tiny,
there.
tiny.
See? Let's see if I can blow it up.
You might want to zoom in 1,000 times to see me. Where's Journey? That's
Can't
basically
even get it
the
to work.
game.
Yeah, he's there.
We were all waiting in suspense for this to happen.
Never mind.
Hey Taylor, how you doing?
This
Hi.
picture has 50 of us.
How's
So I've got a
Wisconsin
bone to
treating
pick with you fuckers that were on DJ Lynx's live last night. You fucking pussies.
Wasn't me.
Nah, you were on there for a
Wasn't
bit, but not really enough for me to be really complaining.
What?
But I have an issue because some people were bitching and saying some weak shit about the appearance of one of the people and their physical appearance of one of the stars of the show The Last of Us, and they were making fun of her physical appearance, and that's weak sauce. That's punching down. That's lame bullshit, and y'all suck. So I love y'all. Don't do it again.
Who?
Well, I know I wasn't. I don't know what you're
He's
talking
he's
about.
not on
I
here
don't
tonight, mostly, but yeah.
I don't understand the
It
content.
looks like my hands are part of the Daredevil's crotch. They're so small. Like, what the hell?
I didn't even know that
Big
they were
hand.
on there.
Small hands.
Yeah, thank you, Shop. By the
Carnies.
way, I appreciate the fact that I'm now Sandman. So
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Carnies. And they got small hands.
It kind of looks like
It's got
those,
the little
it
Kool-Aid
looks like
man there.
Chip's arm splits into two hands.
My goodness, look at that. It's CJ Eight Fingers.
Hey, speaking, I saw Shop said Chip. What's going on with White Shadow? Is he all right?
he's
Yeah,
good.
he doesn't like.
All right, as long as he's all right. I haven't.
He's
gotten
good.
any-
I might actually hang out with him next weekend. We'll see. So
All right, as long as he's all right. I sent him a couple messages. I'm like I'm hoping he's all right at least. If
He's
he's
good.
just giving everybody in the community the finger and saying I'm done with you, that's different. That's okay. But if as long as he's okay. Oh, why'd you let this guy in?
Because you needed a top half. There you go.
Look at this guy. He falls asleep on my stream. He falls asleep on my stream.
You're muted.
He falls asleep in my stream,
No, he's
and then he takes
Comic
fuck you on top of it. You think I'm just gonna let it go? I should have let him. I should have let him on my freaking stream, and not shut it down and kept it going.
This is going to be a future video.
You fucking asshole. Thank God he's not
Hey,
gonna
CJ, how did you manage to get what's her name there on your going to be on your channel?
Which one?
The Action Comics girl, Rob, help me out.
Nerdy Girl?
Nerdy girl.
She was already on the
very
channel.
young.
Yeah, that was last week.
Oh, I was trying to help out TM here, but
No, that was last week. You want to promote? I have Bronze Age this week. I have Gem Mint coming in the week after. I'll probably have this fucking guy, Comics Explained, Rob. He's like annoying to be able to coordinate with. I'm gonna get him though. I'm gonna get him in there. Busy guy.
TM shoulders line up perfectly with this.
Oh yeah, I screenshotted it.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make fun of Journey today.
Oh, have you tried getting?
Or are we making fun of TM?
Yeah, but I don't like his head on top of my body.
Well, I'm sure his body is like
There you go.
Much better.
Just stop. Just stop doing it. You're going to drive me.
Much better. Look at that. That's
There you go. Much better.
Put your arms up. Put your arms up again, like that. There you go.
I'm just saying, I fell asleep on your stream because it was way too late, and I couldn't get out. Everybody was talking, and I couldn't get a word in edgewise. Turned off my camera and waited, and then ended up falling asleep.
Who was talking on that stream that shut you up? Who was on there? I forgot.
You.
I wasn't me talking. I'm usually the one that's sitting back and letting other people talk on my stream, man.
Yeah, but
Is
CJ,
he-
who do you consider an influencer now? Now you can like draw the line in the sand.
What are you talking about? Hey, we're all influencers.
You're interviewing influencers now. Like who do you like? What counts as influencer?
Well, I think we're all influencers.
Yeah, but
In our own ways.
You're only interviewing like Nerdy Girl and Bronze Age Nerd or like people
in that
with hair.
series. In that series, the reason why I'm picking certain people in that series are people that have a more impactful visual appearance in the community. Basically, there's something maybe controversial about them or something interesting about them that people want to hear about, and at the same time,
Not like us on interesting fucking fucks.
what's that?
Not like us on interesting fucking fucks.
No, it's
Nobody here is interesting.
All right, what do you do that's controversial, Rob?
Oh, every once in a while, I just say something without thinking.
Other than
No, I know. I'm not making fun of what you're saying. I'm not saying that I need to be on your show. I understand what you're saying. I was just
throwing
making
the
a
meat to everybody, but
I came, I saw, I sat on your face.
I didn't click that. That wasn't me.
It's funny laughing.
And the other thing is, there's been a big disconnect in the community between the what people perceive as larger channels and smaller channels. And the truth is, and I've said this a couple times during the interviews, 50, 40, 10,000, whatever, that's not big. These are not big channels in the big YouTube world. You got comic book channels that are 2 million, 3 million subscribers. So there's been some kind of disconnect as far as people connecting and be able to interact with each other. So I'm just trying to bring some of the larger perceived channels closer to the smaller channels in one way. And that's the whole point of that series. And then the other series that I'm going to be starting in about 2 weeks, I think I think I'm not 100. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think Comics by the Bay might be the first person on there. Is taking smaller channels and highlighting them, and basically under 1,000 subs, and basically that series is going to be the one that I'm doing with the influencers is comic journey influences. This is going to be Who the Fuck Are You, and we're gonna get to know who the fuck this person is.
Is that the title of it?
Yeah, it's work title, but something along.
I think you should keep that title because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's something along those lines. I'm just thinking of how it's going to affect me in the algorithm. So I might have to do "Who the hell are you?" or "Who the fuck are you?" or
Why don't
something
you go like, why would we look at you?
You can put "Who the fuck are you?" but have the fuck kind of like 2 points of it, just kind of like a just random figure. I don't know.
And that's all going to be basically just the point of making sure that the smaller channels that don't really get the same kind of views and acknowledgement that they're going to get their due. And I'm not going to just put anybody that's a small channel. If you have a shitty channel, I'm not putting you on there. I'm sorry. You have to have something interesting, and you have to have something that actually entices me and want to watch it. Because
wouldn't they then not be a small channel then if there's something
not
that's
true.
interesting in them?
Not true. How many great channels do you see that are smaller that just don't know anybody, or they're not networking, or they're not part of any clique or group or whatever the case is. They're just there and they're putting out good content. There's a lot of channels out there like that. Listen, Comics by the Bay is a stream whore. He goes everywhere. He makes networking. He's everywhere. He's being seen, but he's putting some good content together. And he was one of the few people that agree. I got about 4 or 5 people that lined up to be on that. He's one of the few people that agreed to be in it from the get-go. So, it's what it is. Eventually we're gonna do a road to 999 for Taylor. I'd like to have him down the line. We want to get him to 999.
It's fine. Yeah,
I really want. You know what? I want to have you on that show and make sure that you get to 999 by the end of that show. If we could get that done, I think we're going to accomplish a lot of stuff.
You got a long ways away for that to make anything.
Well, how many subs do you have right now?
I don't know. Hang on, I gotta check. I'm around 950, but like it's so I keep losing them because I'm cranky and I don't put effort in.
You know what? Let's do it.
It's the biggest load of crap I've heard ever.
You know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna make sure you get to 999.
All right, we'll see.
I'm gonna contact you so we schedule a date. I'll put you.
Well, all right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, TJ. I'd love to talk to you because I'll bring my own little figurine.
954.
Oh yeah, I'm up to that. Yeah. Man.
No,
Gary B did a shout out, which is great. He did a thingy. So.
I know it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way as far as what I'm doing with the interviews and like isolation and stuff like that. But whatever the case is, I don't care. I decided to change the format of the channel completely. I don't do any more. I don't do any more new comic book days. I don't do any more like speculation kind of things. I'll do the occasional unboxing whenever I get them. I don't buy them as much as I used to because I got bored with them and I have a whole bunch of shit that I can't get rid of now. I just figured I'd do stuff that it amuses me, and if it amuses me, maybe it amuses somebody else.
No, you're a good interviewer, which like kind of surprised me because I thought you were going to be kind of an asshole, but it turns out you're actually nice to the guests. Fucking weird.
I can't curse at them and yell at them from beginning to end and expect them to come back again or get somebody else to come back again.
That's why I haven't been invited on.
Yeah.
You haven't been invited on because I just don't like you. There's a difference.
Nobody wants to talk about Beast Wars for an hour and a half.
With your freaking Stargirl and your freaking Beast Wars and your what else does he watch? And I don't know, your maple syrup and all your stuff. I don't know what you do.
You hear this stuff, TM?
Living on
The
an
fuck
island.
is that? Maple syrup.
Kevin Smith decided to
Listen,
smoke
Princess
pot.
Bride boy. Yeah.
Kevin Smith decided to quit
Princess
smoking
Bride
pot
boy.
today.
You're the one
that's
that's bragged about it forever.
He did. He
You need
did.
to read the book.
What book?
Princess Bride. He needs to read the book. Princess
Oh,
Bride.
that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on a different wavelength right now for what
I'm
Rob
ignoring
said.
you. I'm talking to him. I'm talking to the better.
Okay. I was ignoring you too. 'Cause I was talking about Rob, and then I heard a book, so I thought, "Ooh, a book." So I wanted to know what kind of book. But I'm going off by what Rob said. Rob said that Kevin Smith is quitting smoking
He
weed.
announced he's quitting smoking weed. Yeah.
Over a month now.
Oh my god.
I know he went on the last Fat Man Beyond, and he wasn't smoking pot at all during that show. I didn't see any difference in him whatsoever.
That's so daring of him. Now that everybody's smoking
Did
weed.
you not notice the difference because you were high, TM?
He didn't say he was going to stop selling it. He's still selling it behind his brand that he's got, but he ain't going to be smoking it all. So, like a true professional, you don't smoke your own supply.
There you go.
I'm just gonna start selling like blazers with giant shoulder pads, and then I'll steal his niche.
He doesn't wear blazers anymore, does he?
Yeah, every once in a while. He wears that one like mauve blazer that he wears with tattered jorts and slip-on Vans.
He's a 40-year-old man and dresses like he's stuck in 1992.
Well, no, he's in his 50s.
That doesn't make it better.
He's old enough to wear what he wants, though. Come on, Joe, you should appreciate that.
He owns a movie
I'm
theater
rich.
now.
I do what I
He
want.
owns a movie theater. Let's just say that.
Listen, old people that
He's-
dress inappropriately, I'm down for it.
Well, you said like in the chat you weren't even wearing pants, so
Well, you wearing
As
pants?
far as you know, yeah.
Going back to my Limp
who wears
Bizkit
pants?
days. It's just
What's
ridiculous.
Joe rapping to?
There you go, Joe. I like that look on you, Joe.
Joe, I can't believe all this time I didn't realize you had a second channel.
I've been getting that a lot lately.
I did not know that he had a second
The
channel.
funny thing is, like, this is your second channel.
An alternate. Okay, we'll call it alternate channel. I didn't know he had an
Yeah.
alternate
Well,
channel.
His alternate
that
channel is
just
much
means that-
bigger than the comic bullshit.
That just means
Like,
everyone who doesn't know that Joe had an alternate channel never listened to Joe
yeah, this
because
is just
Joe
Joe
has talked
slumming it.
about it.
This is like,
many times.
yeah.
Well, maybe
His
I
other
have
channel is
that-
much bigger than his comic crap. Like, this is just like,
I have that
What he
problem.
does when
Sometimes I let things go through one ear and out the other. It is possible. I wouldn't pay attention to him, But
It's a much. It attracts a more broader clientele, if you will.
I'm playing a lot of catch up. I'm actually enjoying a lot of that stuff that I've been
Well,
watching.
thank you. I'm very happy. We do our best on there.
Well, good.
Not
Good
set
look at
house
me.
on fire.
You get a thumbs up on your look at me.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Silence.
hey, Joe, I got an idea for you. Tea brand tea. It's like coffee
Tea
branded coffee.
It's in coffee branded coffee. We have tea brand tea in there. We literally, it's when you go into the website and look under teas, we literally call it tea brand tea.
Nice. Do you already have that? Seriously? I haven't looked.
It's in there.
You motherfucker.
Is Biggie still in there? Hey, can everybody do me a favor? Next time anybody goes onto any video that Biggie makes that you watch, put a hashtag enjoy in there for me. I'm really pushing that for him to be his tagline going forward. And if you watch any of his recent videos, you're gonna understand what he's talking about. He just basically throws a book up. It's like it's enjoy. enjoy the bask in the immortality. It's like the freaking funniest cash line I've seen in a long, long time. So please just hashtag enjoy. Anytime you just go on to any of his videos and just hashtag enjoy. Let's make that a thing. And put hashtag kangaroo in Mad Spidey's channel. Yeah, he likes that.
Matt Spidey, did you watch Koala Man yet?
No.
You look like a koala man, Tia.
Yeah. Thank you.
Driving me something that's been driving me crazy the last 2 days, and it's nothing like major. It's just my own OCD issues. So CLZ put in an update where they introduced some new things for slabs. So like if you had your comic, like normally if you enter something in CLZ, it puts up a picture of what that comic cover should be. But you have the ability to replace it with your own. So on all my signature series slabs, I used to take pictures of the signature series slab and I replaced it with that. Well, now they've introduced this thing that basically it puts a frame. If you mark it as slabbed, it puts a frame around it that looks like a slab. And then depending upon whether you choose signature series or universal grade or whatever, it puts that color label on it. Then whatever brand you put, it puts those letters on the top of it and puts the grade in the grade window. And so you can now mark slabs as not just a grade, but you can mark them as art. You can mark them as different designations it can be. You can select what kind of label is it. Is it a restored green label, whatever. You can put if it's a custom label and pick which customized character is on it, and it'll then show that image, including the old retired ones. It will show that image on there. So it does all this thing. But the problem is all my yellows label slabs that I took the pictures of, now it puts a slab frame around my slab. And it looks stupid. It's driving me crazy. That's all.
A slab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me bring it up. I'll show you.
A framed slab.
It's in the grand scheme of things, it's not a bad idea that they did this stuff, but
Taylor, you look very deep in thought.
I am. Yeah.
Is this CLZ thing really disturbing you?
It is. It's like I care a lot about
in your eyes.
Rob's database. Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
all right. Sure.
So Taylor, did you like any other DC titles this week? I know you didn't like Dead Boy Detectives.
I don't like anything. I can't remember what else I read. Honestly, I had to look.
Superman 1?
So they
Superman 1 was all right.
I had put a picture of it, and they put this little frame thing above it. So now I got this double.
My God, Rob, how do you live?
I don't know, but you can go in it now, and you can when you select your go into value, so you can select from this label type, whether it's a CGC or a CBCS type label, pedigree, conserved, whatever. You can select the custom labels. Have their page quality now. You can log. You have no grade page cover or original art. You have all those different options now. You can put in the grade as well.
Hey, Rob, do you actually fill out all the information on all your collection in there?
Yeah.
I fill out a lot of it.
Wow. I started, and I'm done.
Some of it I have to go back. Like the slabs, the slabs are getting to the point where they've been adding so much slab information. I really need to go back through my collection and redo it, which is fine because it allows me to make sure that are they still in the same boxes. But because now originally when I started logging them, they didn't include the serial number for that slab, but now you can. So now, and then what was nice is when you enter in the serial number for CGC or CBCS anyways, from within your online spreadsheet, you can just click that serial number and it'll go straight to CBCS or CGC and pull up the grader's notes and all the stuff about that book right there, which is kind of nice. I wish it now. The next step would be great is if they went in and if you entered that number, it would import that information to those fields and fill them out. That would be really nice. But
Does anyone here not have a database?
I don't anymore. I started, and I'm like, fuck this. There's too much work.
Yeah.
come
I got
on.
a notebook. Does that
No,
count?
everybody's like, "Oh, it's so easy! It's so easy. All you have to do is scan in the barcode." No. It doesn't work like that. Half the time I scan it in, it doesn't show me the right comic, and sometimes it didn't even show the comic up. So I got to sit there and search it anyway, and then it asks me a whole bunch of other shit that I have to fill out. No, I'm not doing that. You know what?
Yes.
You know what I do? I take the comics, I put them in a box, and then when I put them in a box, I forget where I put them, and that's my database.
That's
how
probably you too, CJ.
I label my boxes too, just to know what's in them.
Oh my god!
I try and label my boxes, but then it all shifts because I add more shit, and then I'm like, forget more shit. But yeah, I don't.
That's why I have it in the database, and the boxes have a label like.
Yes, I understand. I understand
Box
why I should
one,
have one,
box
Rob,
two.
but also I understand why. Like, there's no arguing why I should have one, but like.
It requires some initial effort at the front end. CJ, to your point about if you scan it, it doesn't come up. Sometimes that's true, but
A lot.
So that usually what I find what happens if you scan it and doesn't come up, it's either A, because you have a lot of variants, exclusive variants, and sometimes those exclusive variants don't show up yet. But now you can actually add it from the released. There's a tab that's like the books that came out this week, and you can just search from just within the stuff that came out this week if it was a new release, and it's a lot easier to add those books manually that way.
And what do you do with the old ones? It won't recognize the barcodes on the old.
Oh, I went through and I entered them all in the old-fashioned way.
Most of my collection is old stuff.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to argue that it doesn't take effort the first time to set it up, but once it's set up, it's flipping awesome, man.
It is a great app. If I had a business, if I had an LCS, I would use it 1,000%, without a doubt.
Yeah. You know what also does not take any effort? Not doing any of the shit Rob said.
Except when I want to find a particular book, or I end up buying the same book 12 times because I was out in the field and didn't realize I already had that book because I forgot I had it. But now I have my 12th copy.
I've got what you call memory.
Uh-huh.
The fuck you do.
Also, I'm a cheap enough bastard, Rob. I'm not double dipping. I'm not like, do I have Planet Comics like 12, 14 times? No.
It's it's completely fine. Like, obviously, to me, this is like my brings me joy, right?
Yeah, you also like pivot. You like pivot tables and all that bullshit. I love you to death, but we are not the same.
I'm the guy who logs these books when I send them out to be pressed or slabbed, whatever. Not only do they get logged in here, but then I put them on a separate spreadsheet to track track where they're at, what stage they're in, and everything else until they come back into the main inventory.
He's just a guy with a fat stack
and a fat opinion.
And a fatter Excel spreadsheet.
I understand. I may have a bit of an issue, but at the end of the day, aren't you guys sometimes glad I do?
Oh yeah, I'm glad there's people like you. They make my life a lot easier.
No, I will not enable you.
I love having.
I will not enable you.
I will always encourage Rob, because as long as there's people like Rob out there, it makes everybody else's life a hell of a lot easier.
It's
Because
like
he does
when-
the research, he does the information for you. I don't have to do it.
When
I'm more of a Taylor guy. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm one of those.
When the whirlwind known as my boys go through and destroy the house, I'm like, man, we live in a pigsty. Every now and then I'll turn on an episode of Hoarders, and then I'm like, life's not that bad.
Oh yeah, I've been watching.
We can pick this up.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to update my look. I have to update my look list because I'm going to a con tomorrow, so I have to bring my travel list with me.
But I said with
don't-
Rob too. Like I catalog all my books, keep them in like a certain area. If like he told me to go grab a book from a certain box, I'd have it come back and like I have to get through the boxes. But once I get through them and find the right box, I can get it to you like in like 10 minutes. Like find a comic in my collection, and I just can't see how people like don't get like Roscoe. Roscoe told me he's like, I just have them everywhere. I was like, dude, you're on Cover Challenge game shows and stuff. How do you not know where anything is? He's like, I know I have them, but I just don't know where they're at.
I mean, I know that a lot
see.
of people will do boxes with labels and they put their books in there, and that's fine. I do that with all my raws, right? And I still put them in here, but where I have, okay, this is Spider-Man Volume 1, and it's going, and they go in numerical order, and that's all well and good. When it comes like my slabs, though, that's just impossible. And the key, when you have more than the quantity that I have, putting them in alphabetical order and constantly shuffling boxes is not plausible either. So it's just easier within an individual box. They're alphabetical, but I just start going until I fill up a box, and I log them in there. This is in box 16. This is in box 17. And then it's really easy to go find it when I need it. But
Also,
I get it. Everybody's got their own system.
I'm not on game shows. That's the easiest answer.
Yeah, that's true too. You're not going through them a lot.
I just label my slab boxes by theme: Golden Age, Silver Age.
Taylor, you are a game show, sir. You're the best game show.
I also like having an inventory instantaneously
I
that's web-based, that not only can I access and look no matter where I'm at, but if something happens, I have a full list for my insurance agent of everything I have and what condition it was and everything else.
I don't have the level of slabs that you have, though. I have like 5-6 boxes of slabs, and that's it. I don't have.
That's a pretty good. That's
I've got
pretty good.
I've got like 50 slabs. It's fine. It's no.
I don't have Rob fat stacks. I got smaller fat stacks.
What's funny is Chris makes it seem like he doesn't have a lot, but that dude's got a lot. I bet you he rivals. Comes pretty.
He's also pretending to read right now, but he's going backwards through the book. So
yeah, he's reading it like a manga.
That's how we do things in Canada.
Was that a second ASM one that you got that I saw on that short the other day?
No, that's my original one. The video is about 8 years old now.
No, that short just came out recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that video is old.
He took a clip from an old video.
You clickbaiter! I thought you got another one. What the hell? I was like, wow, this guy got a second ASM.
Not a clickbaiter. All you have to do is just ask.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. We thought you had a second ASM one. Get out of here.
Nope. So
Marcos also said, check your email, Chris.
Although, Chris, you should have said yes. I have one for each eye.
Okay. That makes 3 of us Minutemen left now. Me, Hollis Manson, and poor Byron Lewis in the bug house in Maine. Funny, Eddie was the youngest, always joking about how old we all were. He said he'd bury us. You see, that was Eddie, always talking like he was on top of it.
Doesn't read the same as Princess Bride.
No.
The comedic value just isn't there. No.
Oh, skip past this. This is some kissing.
More kissy face. Climbing a rock wall. Okay.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly.
How are you doing, Spidey?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. It is hot and windy today. It's yuck.
Look at Biggie. He's jumping on the bandwagon of clickbaiter. This guy, he makes clips. He's going to run wild on everybody's ass if he doesn't get 1,200 subs. That's enough. You ever see his click videos? He comes in there and does these promos on wrestling that, like, they're passive aggressive. You're like, oh wow, this is interesting. All of a sudden he says, "And if you don't sub, I'm gonna kick your ass." I'm like, what the hell is this?
He's playing a character. It's great.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it. But
Chris, Comics by the Day wants you to do the voices.
Different voices, yeah.
That would be great.
Do the voices like Dad does, because Mom doesn't do the voices.
Like Remy. You know, and some sound effects too while you're at it.
Yeah.
Spidey. So when you opened up that package,
Megatron must.
when you opened up that package, did you get the whiff of tobacco?
Oh, I almost created a bloody YouTube incident with that fucking statement.
Oh, Kyle's gonna jump up right now.
Yeah, Kyle, because I said to her, "Oh, I've just been told that it." Like Kyle wasn't in the stream at the time, and he is. He's like fucking Beetlejuice. I said, "Oh," and apparently it had to be aired off because it reeked like smoke, and literally he popped on the stream like
You
that.
need to say it 2 more
What are you
times.
talking about? None of my shit smells like smoke. And I'm like, hey, I'm just relaying the message.
Fucking hey, I'll battle him on that one. It absolutely did. It
I
hit me in the
did-
face
I
and
honestly
damn near made me
didn't.
freaking fall over. I couldn't believe. how
I
bad it
didn't smell it probably because of being a smoker, but yeah, I didn't smell it. So
Spidey,
I didn't like put it up to my nose. And
as soon as I just cut the package, dude, the smell hit me in the face and knocked me backwards, and then I fucking aired that shit out for almost a month before it got to you.
Spidey, you have to say his name 2 more times. So
Oh,
he can
yeah.
show up on you.
Old dirty bastard. Old dirty bastard. Old dirty bastard.
It's uncanny how he shows up like that. He's always lurking somewhere.
Wow. It absolutely did.
But no, I was very, very appreciative, regardless of the situation. I was very appreciative of the records and the X-Men 137.
Oh no, that's
those are cool.
I didn't realize that the other stuff was for somebody, a third person. I only thought that there was.
Yeah, there was because Sean, which is Zars 84 or Zars Comics and Collectibles now. He's a friend of Simon and ours, whatever. He won the thing on Old Wolf's charity thing of those old comic books or whatever like that. And then Nick was sending Simple Simon something. So I'm just the mediary or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, as long as
Do all Australians know each other?
You're the mule.
Yes,
that's what you are, sir.
And no, not all Australians know each other.
No, it's more like the Oracle of Bacon. They're all 4 degrees of separation. So if within 4 people, they'll have known everybody in Australia.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people related to Joe over here as well.
That's fair.
Does he like mails his sperm out in ice cubes or what?
No, because
that could actually be said on. That could actually be said on 5 different continents. I'm just saying.
Rob, Chris, who was your guest today? I missed I was working during the day.
Legion of Comics.
Legion Mark. Was it all freaking Superman?
Nope.
No, he actually started with a lot of Marvel,
watch
which I was very happy
I think
with.
the first half of the show was all Marvel.
Yeah.
Wow, I was so upset because that's like the first half of it was the only time I could watch it, and then the second half I had to go somewhere. So
funny, Spidey was all excited about the first half,
and then he just went to shit.
honestly
the second was still fire. Sorry, Rob, go.
I honestly think that there was only 2 proper Superman books in the lot.
Yeah, the Neil Adams breaking the kryptonite chains.
Yeah,
one.
breaking the chains.
Yeah, and
classic, the kryptonite chains.
Yeah,
I gotta check it out then.
I'd like to get that one
because you went on a tirade last night with me, just throwing out DC keys. I'm like, oh wow.
Oh, he brought a lot of keys. They weren't necessarily the super high grade, but that doesn't matter. He's just bringing out like key after key after key. It was great.
No, but I'm saying you're surprising me by the fact that he threw out a lot of Marvel.
Oh.
That's actually throwing me off right now.
Oh yeah, he kicked it off 2099 style even. I loved it.
Oh, I gotta see it.
That was awesome.
He's also a huge Hulk fan, so
yeah,
that's why you get along with him.
If I don't start getting a move on and start cracking slabs, I'm going to end up being on the bloody only slabs. I'm already sitting on about 12 slabs at the moment.
Well, that's out, baby. You're a slab master.
I need to get out the chainsaws and the acetylene torch and all
Spidey,
sorts
you
of
gave me a
things.
freaking ulcer when you told me you busted open ASM2.
I got a bunch of slabs here right now. We got to figure out.
Hang on. Got to show this again, Remy.
I need to go on a recording schedule.
oh, Oh, Halo-rific.
Read them and weep, fellas. It's no big deal. I've got a guy. I got a connection. It's no big deal. You know, international connection. It's no big deal.
Is there a private slabber over there in Canada, like Halo? Anybody
Halo's
that's slabbing in Canada?
Australian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know Halo's
Oh,
Australian.
they've got another company.
There's one for sports cards and that kind of thing called KSA, but not for comic books. Not that I'm aware of.
What else is there? Is there something else anywhere else?
Oh,
I know a lot of the UK guys send their stuff to CGC, so I assume they don't have anything.
Well, we got a pretentious Birdman over there. We should ask him.
Well, there's a UK ship point now, or so that people they can ship to that location in the UK, and then they bulk ship them over and stuff. So much like CBCS had a Canadian depot, so they didn't have to ship them across the border.
Just wondering if there's another grading company somewhere.
If so, I haven't seen anybody recently. And if there's anybody recent, I haven't seen their slabs infiltrating the market at all.
Like an Asian slab or something.
There's got to be an Asian. I was just about to say there's got to be an Asian.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it's GCG. Just making fun of like how they take the same. They always take some normal brand and make an off brand of it, right? Yeah.
Well, I would just assume that anything CBC gets comes from like China or something. There, there's a secondary market over there.
I've never seen a slab.
Ooh, it's like a CGC knockoff. That's what you're saying?
Maybe all these counterfeit with photocopy books or.
I just think it's funny that right now on Wish, because I like to just kind of go through there and just look at stupid shit, that you can get CBC, CGCS, all those slab comic books on Wish now, and I'm like, the fuck you can. No.
Big E says there was actually around 6 Superman books in Mark's lot today. I didn't know there was that many that were proper Superman books. I know there were some that were related, like Jimmy Olsen and stuff like that, but I wasn't counting those as proper Superman.
Yeah, I thought there was only 2
Superman
actual. I think it was only 2 Superman books. I thought.
I don't know. We'll all have to go back and rewatch it now and report back next week
with all the facts and only the facts.
That's right.
From the fat stacks.
Time stamped.
Yeah, there's a lot of Suicide Squad oriented books, Justice League books.
Yeah.
You know what he didn't have? I don't remember seeing a Batman book.
No Batman books.
Didn't he have a Power Rangers book at one point?
Yes.
Yeah, one Power Rangers book, couple of New Gods. Just trying to think what else.
He likes his New Gods.
Yeah, that JLA.
Forever People.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he had
Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle, that was another one. Yeah.
Scot-free Mr. Miracle.
All right.
I remember when I got my Forever People. It was
Green
a glorious
Lantern.
day. Glorious day.
Yeah. I got mine as a throw-in on a deal to make the deal right when I was picking up that Lois Lane, the first Silver Age Catwoman appearance.
Catwoman? Yeah. That's a good one to get too.
I was like the kryptonite cat cage, and I'm like, oh, they just have that at the pet store, a kryptonite cat cage for those Kryptonian cats.
Yeah.
I get a kick out of the 70s, the 60s stories, even the 50s. There's some funny crap that happened in them.
I'm going to start a show called Raw Dog in it. It's just going to be the exact same as Rob's, but no slabs.
Yeah.
Why not?
No slabs allowed.
Yeah, just Raw Dog.
Because you could play the Old Dirty Bastard song in the beginning.
Exactly. Well, maybe I like it raw.
There's already one derivative. You could do another derivative?
Yeah.
Cool.
And?
Yeah.
That's what shows you success when you have many imitators.
There's RC Cola. I'll be the RC Cola in the group.
Oh, I was going to talk about yours.
There's Pornhub. There's only porn. There's I don't know.
You porn.
You porn. There's TikTok. It's all defined. It's all the same.
Lazarus.
Tricky traps are grinder.
Tricky.
Exactly.
Tricky, I hope you're doing all right. The other night he was freaking.
He was off his throat.
He was hilarious.
It was off the rails, man.
JC Kevin.
New York. Moors, New York.
Exactly. It's like Sears catalog, but shittier. That's going to be my show.
Oh, the lingerie section of the Sears catalog.
Yeah. Listen, you used to be able to buy a house from Sears catalog. You could literally have a house delivered to you.
I rented one of those one time.
That's what I'm saying. Sears
Yeah, there was
missed
a couple
out.
years I lived in one of those Sears houses. It was
They're
weird.
not bad houses. I sold a few.
It
back
was
when I
all
was-
metal, and it was all metal, and they put it all together.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, those are the from the 50s. Yeah, or the 40s. Yeah, they're
yeah.
See,
People
this
would
is the
come
problem.
by and take pictures of it because they were fascinated
Because
by
you
that
weren't
house.
wearing
There was
pants?
A couple of them.
Sears,
So it wasn't one of
Sears
the
used to
shipping
sell
containers.
anything and everything, and you could have it delivered to your home. Then they doubled down. They got into the stupid mall trap and doubled down on it. When the internet came and Amazon started doing their stuff, Sears, in their infinite wisdom, said, "Oh my goodness, we're getting challenged by Amazon. What should we do? I know. Let's not go back into the online catalog business like we've done our entire existence. Let's instead double down on brick and mortar locations. Let's buy this failing Kmart." And now look at Sears. They're idiots. They could have been the other Amazon. Harumph, harumph.
Look at Toys R Us.
Capitalism, baby.
Look at what Toys R Us did. They could have still been around.
They
What
are.
are you
They're
talking
coming
about,
back.
man? Toys R Us
Oh,
is
man.
oh.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. They could have been around the way they much bigger than ever. If they didn't basically sit back and say, "Hey, Amazon, just sell our toys," and then wait up until the very end to decide to make their own web platform.
Damn. Oh, so we got Mad Spidey on location.
Do we have any cockatoos around you today?
This is weird.
No, they usually come out later in the afternoon.
Very weird packaging.
Now that's intriguing content, man. I think you should just make videos of you chasing around cockatoos.
Is that a dream catcher on your wall?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
You know, you chasing around a cock or two.
Oh my god. What is that?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
What is that guy who does the
I didn't imply that
Way
at
to save
all.
it, Chris.
There's a,
Way to save it, Chris.
You can go for 3 or 4. I don't give a shit.
He got
There's a-
he's got some big ones around him.
there's a guy who does these shorts.
Sorry, I accidentally clicked something. Sorry, Rob, go on.
I said there's a guy that does these shorts where they're kind of like takeoff of Crocodile Dundee, or not Crocodile Dundee. They're
Steve Irwin.
Steve
yeah,
Irwin.
Steve Irwin. But he's like, it's like the cock whisperer or something. And he's like, "Oh, let's look at some cocks." And he's like showing pictures of chickens and stuff. Like, that's what he's doing. But he's wearing like those really short tan khaki shorts. He's like putting his leg up really high in his shorts like this. Let's look at some cocks. Oh, this cock's beautiful.
Wait, why did nobody in Big and Rob for that and then screen capture?
Timestamp, 1 hour, 28 minutes. Remy. Rob says cock 12 times.
With his leg up.
Also, Rob, that's a very non-tanned leg you got there, sir.
Well, it's winter.
Oh, you're wearing shorts still.
Hey, it's
California.
I've got 10:30 on my clock. I know that everybody's in different time zones, but I've got 10:30 on my clock.
I got 10:29 on mine.
10:29.
Do I really need to say it?
11:29.
I'm just saying we don't have to, but I mean, if you guys want to,
If you want to go, Remy.
Guess those tootsies.
Wolf.
Oh, good boy, you wanted to go to bed.
Beautiful. Look at that.
oh, hold on, time out.
Burp.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Rob comic.
Ray guns and
That's an,
bubble
that's an
helmets,
awesome
baby.
cover. That'd have to be a painted cover.
Looks like he's about to give the
That's awesome.
people's elbow to that guy.
That looks like a grinder photo.
Speaking
Not
from
that there's
experience.
anything wrong with that.
Speaking from experience.
1032 here.
That's
Okay,
All right.
I've already seen who it is. So
Per
I was-
usual, yeah, Matt,
and I
Spidey, and
can't.
Rob are not allowed to participate. I'm sorry, fellas. Sorry, fellas.
And now Tyler just showed up.
I'll re-explain the rules just in case anybody doesn't know, but I'm going to show 3 pictures of a celebrity's Tootsies. And then you can guess whose Tootsies they belong to. Are you ready for picture number 1?
Is Tyler a celebrity?
We're all celebrities. Sir.
Yes,
Anybody,
right on.
fair warning, anybody in the community at any point could be.
If someone says the correct name, will the game end right there, or will you keep it going?
No, I'll keep it going.
Oh, jeez. Let me see.
Miss
Paul
Piggy.
Newman.
This is a long toes.
Picture number 2.
Beautiful. We now know.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
You guess her every time.
I know. One of these times it's going to be her.
He's it's like playing Keno. If you keep picking the same numbers over and
You
over
gotta
again,
get it.
eventually you're gonna win.
Linda Blair.
Linda Blair.
I don't know. As good as it gets as any.
Jamie
Paul
Lee
Newman.
Curtis.
Nancy Reagan.
Oh, she got some funky ass toes over there.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, wearing those heels puts a lot on your toes.
Marina.
Look at that little
Baccarin.
pinky. Look at all that pressure
Should
going
I
on
throw a
that
clue?
pinky toe.
Should I throw a clue out there? She
No clue.
is-
Marina Baccarin.
She is
We don't
now
do-
more famous than
We
her older
don't
sister.
do clues.
Wait, what?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What do you
Oh, I
say?
see, Mr. Clue. Sorry, we don't do clues. Sorry.
Paltrow, I can see that.
We got some good
Uh,
guesses from the
so
chat.
it is what's her name? Olsen.
Oh.
Say I
Why,
heard my
why,
clue.
why do I think it's what is Sarah Silverman? I don't know why, but I'm just that just is stuck
Rhea
in my-
Perlman.
Rhea
Has
Perlman.
everybody got a guess in
Wow.
thus far? I think everybody's got a guess in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rhea Perlman. That's the one. I'm going with that one.
Oh.
Jennifer
It's not Rhea Perlman.
Who's that?
I picked the wrong clue.
Apparently it's
Yeah,
Jennifer
you're an
Garner.
asshole.
Jennifer Garner. Electra.
Was that 2 Jennifer Garners that you showed?
3.
Would you like a credit card?
Phil does guess right though.
Do you guys want to go to round 2 or should we wait?
Let's do it. Let's
Let's
roll.
go.
Are you gonna put any Rhea Perlman feet up there so I could actually guess right?
Is it Paul Newman?
Never actually guessed.
Weird.
They have. Yes, we have had.
I've guessed correctly.
Kool-Aid Man.
Oh no.
We're gonna go with
Emma
Matt
Watson.
Spidey's clue on the first one. Elizabeth Olsen.
Emma Watson.
Queen Latifah.
Ooh, what's wrong?
Cool.
Is that photoshopped? What is going on with that?
Well,
picture?
how-
that makes me
Is it
that
not
makes me think
Photoshop?
of like it's
The hell's going on over
what's
there?
her name?
Did she
Megan Fox.
have the
Monkey
thumb
princess?
attached to her big as a big toe?
That's what happens when you wear heels and shit. It screws up your fucking feet.
Am I the only one that thinks that those are exceptionally long toes?
No, they are.
Look, the
Does anybody think that it's
toe
a
beside the
hand
big
and
toe
not
is
a
bigger.
foot?
But note she has Greek foot.
Aubrey Plaza.
Oh my god! Oh,
Nasty feet.
it's like it's
Oh,
waving
man.
at you.
Taylor Winder.
Billie Eilish.
It's definitely me. Yeah.
Not
Billy
enough,
Irish.
not enough polish on there.
Those are pretty bad. What the hell?
Those
No.
are still like really long toes, man. Like even in the next one, look at them. They're not human.
Yeah.
Everyone's locked in their guesses.
Ah,
I'm going.
just because they're just weird looking. I want to say Megan Fox.
Gal Gadot.
All right, Taylor, you got a guess?
Queen Latifah.
Aubrey Plaza.
Chris?
Gal Gadot.
Billy Eilish.
If those are Gal Gadot's
Joe?
feet, I would never be able to
I'm
look at
sorry.
it the same way.
Who?
Billy Irish.
I think it's going to be a tall woman. Oh, Scarlet
Elizabeth
Witch.
Olsen.
Oh, I guessed Elizabeth Olsen at the first
Yeah.
Nice. Oh.
because of Mad Spidey.
Scarlet-
That's
is that a
sexy
good-
though.
is that a
I
good
can't believe
skirt
she has
up?
those weird looking toes. Like I wouldn't be showing those
Get
off.
off that car.
It definitely looks like somebody put a hex on those feet. I'll tell you that much.
Are those rims chromed out?
The fuck is that?
She could smoke a cigarette with those toes.
Jesus Christ.
She could pick up a saw and take down a tree with them
I
feet.
don't even know what that meant.
Guess those Tootsies.
I love that game.
Tyler's favorite game.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That's right, Matt.
Dookie toe.
Hashtag Dookie Toe.
I've just got to imagine what what his browser history is like between
It's
searching for
ridiculous.
celebrities' feet,
Yeah.
for the digital art magazines that he
Angel
likes to
looks it up
search
for him.
What did you think of that one that I sent you last night?
It's okay. I only do it from work.
What's up?
What did you think of that one that I sent you last night? That great bush art.
We've had one,
Oh.
Brian.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah, Whack did one with Alan's feet, and he didn't even
Yeah,
know
I'm a
his
little
own
afraid
feet.
of a community member
That was
edition on
hilarious.
that one.
That was hilarious.
I can't wait for the one person that shows like a
The-
stump and
yeah.
we didn't know somebody had prosthetics the whole time.
Camel toe is not right for a prime time. You got to go to wait till after hours for the camel toe guest.
That'd be awesome.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That'd be a great
What the
segment.
hell?
Guess that camel toe. Silence.
What's going on, promiscuous?
Oh man, the best thing for live streams and open air is silence.
By the power of
I didn't click it.
Problem solved.
What are you talking about, Kyle? The feet is what attracted you to come to this stream in the first place. Just trying to-
Yeah, I didn't see you here prior to the feed.
Yeah, feet
Just
show
saying.
up. You
He
shut
caught a
it.
whiff of those feet and he
That's a
just
queen,
came
Tommy.
right over. He's got foot
what
right.
a little boy, man.
I love that clip.
I want to show you guys what I was talking about. Okay, this is just fucking. I think it's hilarious. So
Welcome to the Cock Whisperer. I am the Cock Whisperer. Let's look at the cocks. So, show us your cock.
Ryan from Ohio sent us this cock pic. Ryan, get that cock to the clinic ASAP. It looks like it needs penicillin. Just kidding. It's supposed to be that hideous. The naked neck cock is also known as the turkin because the turkey. Being so unattractive has forced this breed to have a great personality. Look at this huge cock. It's ginormous. The Brahma is one of the largest breeds of chickens, with roosters having reached heights of 3 feet. Send us your cock pics at cocks@thecockwhisperer.com. Follow for more cocks.
Oh God,
Rob, what is your browser history like?
You know what? You beat me to it because that's going to be what I was going to ask.
I'm gonna send him one right now.
Well, that's on YouTube, so the algorithm is like sending you a lot of videos about cocks now.
Crikey.
Guess that cock.
The naked neck cock. I need to clip that.
and it came up in the shorts feeds one day. Just like,
Rob's cocks.
Rob's cocks.
So Cox is a California thing?
I don't know.
That's what Tyler's writing, so
I know.
I'm not familiar. I'm trying
I'm not
to.
even sure what a California sense of humor is.
I'm trying to.
Does that
make
mean it's
myself
like
more-
it's only funny to people who are stoned?
I have no idea. I'm trying to make myself more culturally diverse and try to get out of that New York state of mind and find out what other people are thinking.
California is not a culture; it's a state.
Yeah. It should be more than one, but
Don't worry, an earthquake will take care of that.
I'll tell you what, Brian. I will play those cock videos the entire road trip down to HeroCon with you.
Nice.
So you don't get to miss a damn thing. That would be great.
And you are now catching an Uber down there.
You should have exposed that.
Taking the train.
Oh, Brian's gonna love me. I'm gonna stream the whole freaking trip down.
Whoa! No cameras, man. No cameras.
Well, not on
See
me.
the
It's on
explosion
you.
on IG need Digger Jim. No,
No pictures of me.
I don't know what that means. Why would there be an explosion on IG near Digger?
I talked about this earlier. Jim put up a video on IG where he was filming basically across the street from his front yard. The house that's across the street in its backyard looked like there was a massive explosion that happened. Jim went on to say that there was a tanker explosion, and he happened to catch on video a secondary explosion from this tanker.
Interesting.
Yeah, very close to his home.
Yeah.
You know, that's
I
a
was
perfect name.
nowhere in the area.
By the way. I think that's a perfect name for that stream. Roadcock.
Plural.
You went from restaurant to buffet real quick.
Don't worry, Rob. I'll keep giving you. I'll keep giving you shout outs throughout the whole stream, mentioning how you brought us to this Roadcock. You know, so I'll make sure that I'll give you all the right credit necessary.
Hey, it's funny. I don't care. Fuck.
I think it's funny too.
I
I'm
love a
just
good
curious about your
innuendo.
browser now.
Yeah, I just love a good innuendo.
hashtag his premiere flagship show.
True story.
How long till X kicks up?
About a mile and a half.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long that
Maybe two if he's lucky.
Oh, if anybody's driving from like the northern East Coast down to Heroes Con and you want a carpool, I have a place you can park and you can just jump in my vehicle and we can go.
Where are you located, Joe?
I'm in Virginia, southern part of Virginia. Heroes Con's like 3.5, 4 hours from here.
You hear that, Brian? We're stopping in Virginia. We're gonna visit Poke and Joe.
Yeah, come on by. I got a place you can park and we can all jump in the Jeep, drop the top back, listen to some gangster rap and look totally white driving all the way down there.
Well, I'm off tonight, guys. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Chris. And then there were 6.
Me, I'm just flying in.
How many people you think actually catch that reference, Rob?
Nope. I just picked up my daughter from there, from where you're at in Portsmouth, Biggie. It's about a 9-hour drive from here. So if you drove here, you just jump in the car with me, and I'll drive the rest of the way, bud.
Rob, you think anybody caught that reference? And then there were 6. Anybody even know? I know you get it. I'm hoping that you get it. I'm hoping that you're not too young for that reference.
Can you imagine if we had these when we were 12? Even better. We got them when we're 40.
Sometimes it's not a matter of being young, but taking such a small clip and remembering it in reference to something else.
Yeah, that's a pretty common phrase to use. And then there was a random number that you would throw in there. That's pretty random.
No, I mean the whole and there was 6, and there were 11, and there was the 1. It's from a very famous movie, a very famous book.
Okay, I don't remember it.
No,
12 Angry
I may
Men?
remember. I may remember as soon as you say it, but
12 Angry Men.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
it
I
was
didn't
from 12
watch.
Angry Men, wasn't it?
I mean, I remember watching that movie, but I didn't watch it like a lot of times. So
Yeah.
Come on, Jack Klugman was in it. Jack Klugman,
look, I'm a sci-fi
Oscar,
guy.
he was in it.
Was there any rocket ships? Did they go into
No.
space?
Well,
Fight any
technically, all the men
aliens?
had a rocket ship.
Robots? No. All right. Well, no.
Was Flash Gordon in it? No.
I watched. No, I've seen a lot of movies, but I've only watched once. I don't remember everything from them.
I
Not
actually remember it because it was like one of those things that was must read in school and stuff like that. And
I did everything I could in school to avoid reading. So I took every English class that didn't require that were like alternate English courses that I could. Like when they had, oh, you have to take, lit class. Oh, I'm going to take this drama class instead and do drama. And oh, you got to take this reading class. Oh, I'm going to take this alternate mythology course instead. And I did all those things to avoid taking proper.
wow, you had those options.
I
California
did.
schools.
I did because reading wasn't very easy for me, so I avoided it. I found
We
ways
had
to get around
none
it.
of those options here. None of that. You read this, you don't like it, kiss my ass. Read it.
I had to read some things. I mean, like I remember having to read Grapes of Wrath, something to write. That was the only paper I ever wrote where I got an A++ on the paper. And that teacher would shared it like years later with like my brother's class, saying how great it was. I basically wrote a paper saying that the Grapes of Wrath was John Steinbeck's Communist Manifesto.
The best paper I ever wrote was on The Hobbit. You know how I did it? I didn't read the book. I bought the graphic novel back then.
Mhm.
They had of The Hobbit, and I used that whole thing to write the paper. And that was probably the best paper I ever wrote. I didn't even need cliff notes or anything. I just panel by panel took that graphic novel.
Because those were a thing.
But we didn't have those options. They basically told us, hey, this is it. You don't have drama. You don't get mythology. You don't get any of that. You read this. Read this crappy book.
Yeah, no, that's how I avoided reading all this Shakespeare stuff. I only read Romeo and Juliet. I didn't have to read any of that other Shakespeare.
Oh
crap
my
people
god,
read.
we had to read Hamlet.
Oh, I know. My wife did all that stuff, and she still can't believe that I never read any of that stuff. And I told her that she was going to school with me. She knew I was taking these courses, but
that's how I know these useless lines.
Yeah, and then when I got to my senior year and I ran out of alternate English courses, I successfully argued that because those alternate courses were allowed to count as 10th, 11th, or 12th grade English, technically I had satisfied my 12th grade English requirements and was able to go back and take like a sophomore English course my last semester of my senior year.
And these were all in California, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a different time.
What about you, Spidey? What did they make you read?
I'm just trying to remember actually, because like Rob, like I was never a big reader. Like I didn't mind reading books occasionally when I was a kid. I did read a lot of comics when I was a kid. Obviously, that has changed vastly over the years, but I remember Of Mice and Men reading that.
I had to read that. Lenny.
I remember. I think I actually read. I think I might have actually done something on The Hobbit as well. Trying to think of what else I read. Yeah, there was a few books. I think I actually ended up doing a.
Well, I'm sure when they filmed The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, there it became recommended reading for everybody in Australia, no, and New Zealand. I'm sure that was like the big deal.
Yeah, but I finished way before the movies came out. I finished in what? When did the movies come out? It was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished in 96. So,
You're only a year younger than me.
Yeah. Well, I just turned 44, so.
I just turned 46. But I graduated in 95, I think.
Oh, they have a thing over here where, like when you were born, like in the first 6 months of the year, you would go to like your preschools and stuff like that the first year. or the second year or whatever it was. But if you were born later in the year, you'd go the first year or something like that. So like when I was in, what we call year 12, which is like senior year, I suppose, of high school for you guys, I turned 17 where everybody else was turning 18 and getting their licenses and things like that.
So you were young. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was young in the final year of high school, so
Yeah,
I was just glad to get through it.
I was
But yeah,
usually
same with the books, same with the movies. Like I remember random lines from a lot of different movies and things like that. But yeah, and if somebody goes to me, oh, do you remember this movie? And I might have seen it 10 times and I can't necessarily remember it because my memory is not as good as what it used to be.
Unfortunately, I remember a lot of that.
That's why I've got CLZ.
That's all the drugs, man.
I wish I could use that as an excuse.
You could use it as an excuse.
What about
use
you,
an excuse? It's not true, but I could use an excuse.
What about you, TM? What was recommended reading in Canada?
The Crucible, Rum Punch.
Rum Punch.
Rum Punch. It got made into a movie, but Quentin Tarantino changed the name of it to Jackie Brown.
Rum Punch. I never even
love
read
Jackie Brown.
Never even heard of that book. That's interesting.
But you've heard of Jackie Brown?
Yeah. Did it make you read Paul Bunyan?
No.
No?
In elementary school, they made us read Harry Potter because at that time the movies were just coming out, like the first movie. And then in junior high,
so Canada was teaching witchcraft and sorcery. Got it.
Yeah, that sounds way more fun than the stuff I read freaking Hamlet. You were reading Harry Potter. What the
I'm
hell?
surprised they didn't
in
get
elementary school, not like.
They should have got you to read Fire and Ice so you can remember how to protect the wall.
Yeah.
I remember the most fun book I got to read in school was Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing and Super Fudge. Those were like the most fun books I got.
Super Fudge. Oh my God. I remember that.
I knew that book. Oh.
Well, Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing was right before Super Fudge by Judy Blume.
Yeah.
There you go, Judy Blume. You got a plug here on Remy's channel. Now you're going to make gazillions.
I don't even remember. I think most of the time when I was in grade school, man, I was just reading like mostly like the Choose Your Own Adventure books. That was like huge.
Oh, I used to love those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting as many of those as I could.
I actually was big on the C.S. Lewis books when I was a kid as well. I used to love the
Narnia.
Witch of the Wardrobe books and stuff like that, and the Narnia books. And yet I've never seen the movies.
I don't know. I got into Stephen King real young, like real.
That's Spidey.
You threw him out, huh?
I remember being deployed like Bosnia and Kosovo, and I would read who's knockoff Stephen King? Dan Koontz. I would read Dan Koontz books.
Dean Koontz?
Dean
Koontz.
Koontz.
That's it, yeah. I read a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, I used to read a lot of Stephen King when I was younger as well.
I was really into reading Jack Higgins, all his stuff. He did like the Eagles Landed, and then he did all these he did a whole series of World War II espionage style books, including some stuff that was under his old pen name. And then I also read a lot of books by Joseph McNamara, who used to be like the chief of police here in San Jose. He wrote a lot of crime books and stuff that I read. As I remember, those are like the two authors, but Jack Higgins especially. I loved reading Jack Higgins books.
I read a lot of Forgotten Realms too. I loved Forgotten Realms, kind of a fantasy / sci-fi type stuff.
Animorphs was the shit in elementary. I loved Animorphs. I loved when Animorphs came.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't do it. That wasn't me.
That wasn't Beast Wars, Rob.
I didn't do it.
Hey, Remy, can you give me eject power for people?
I didn't even know what Animorphs is, to be honest. But
that's past my generation. I the Goosebump and Animorphs. I was already too old for that stuff.
Which means I was really way too old for that stuff.
They got the powers of to turn into animals from an alien.
Read a lot of Hooked on Phonics.
A lot of Hooked on Phonics.
Hooked on Phonics worked for me.
The only other one I remember was a bit more obscure. There was a writer called Eric Lustbarter who did a series of books on a particular ninja. And it was actually like it was actually called like the Ninja series sort of thing, and it's actually quite good books. But yeah, very
I
obscure.
read
sort of stuff.
Shogun. Does that count?
I have that on DVD.
I've never read a book.
I read the back panel for American Ninja. Does that count?
I have the DVDs of the movies.
I read the back of the VHS box while sitting there
with Michael Dudikoff.
American Ninja was such an underrated movie.
at Highway 9
I have
video.
all 6 of them. 5 of them.
I didn't even know there were 6 or 5 of them. I remember there was one, and I think they did 1 or 2 after that. I didn't even realize they went that deep.
They did. Michael Dudikoff did the first 2, and then they got a different guy. I can't remember his name. I think his name was David Bradley or something. Did like 3 and 4, and then they both come back for 5 or something like that. Goofy as hell, but it was good fun.
Did they kick ass just as much in the 5th one as the first one?
It was a bit like the 5th one was a bit more PG. They obviously didn't get the rating that they had for the first 4, because all the first 4 were all like, you know, M rated, MA rated. I think actually the first one might have even been R rated in some countries. But yeah, the 5th one was only PG, so it wasn't as good.
It's never as good. I miss those ninja movies.
All the derivative direct-to-video movies like Firehawks, which was like Top Gun, but it was Army Apache helicopters.
Which was the Luke Gossett Jr.
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle was awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
That was the Air Force version of Top Gun.
Yeah.
So you had the Air Force had their version, which was Iron Eagle, and then the Army had their version, which was Firehawks.
To this day, I still think it's funny. Old boy was in the plane, in the cockpit, and to listen to music, he'd put in a tape deck. In a fighter jet.
Right.
That's like, come on, man.
He just flew by the Kragan and picked it, or the had it installed. Little Krakow speakers. Come on.
He had his own little soundtrack in the plane.
It's just telling everybody to use their imagination when it comes to that stuff. You know, it's Hollywood magic.
80s movies were awesome.
I miss those movies. I miss Sunday afternoons watching Kung Fu marathons.
Oh, David Carradine. Oh, you're talking about
not
like
necessarily David Carradine. I'm just talking about Kung Fu marathons.
Oh,
where they
yeah.
play Kung Fu movies one after the other, and they don't do that anymore. They don't have TV anymore. It's streaming now. Everything is streaming.
Yeah, you used to have all that stuff because back in the day, your UHF channels were looking for anything that was cheap content that they could get their hands on that wasn't necessarily syndicated to fill the middle of their day.
You had Godzilla marathons. You had King Kong marathons.
Dude, my local one all the time would show, one of the channels would show the old Superman with George Reeves, and then they'd do marathons of those like every Labor Day and 4th of July stuff, and then you'd have marathons of Flash Gordon serials and just all kinds of those things.
You remember what a big deal it was every time they did this, like maybe once a year. They would play the King Kong from the 1970s on one of the channels.
Sure.
That was like a big deal. Like, oh wow, they're playing King Kong. We have to watch.
The PBS stations out here, where I'm at, they would always do in their pledge breaks. That's when they would pull out the good stuff. So like they would know. That's like I would only see Red. When I first got introduced to Red Dwarf was on like PBS shows. They would only ever play Red Dwarf during pledge breaks. It was like the only time they'd dust it off all year long. The rest of the time they'd be playing stuff like during their British TV time, they'd be showing stuff like Are You Being Served, and Upstairs, Downstairs, and stuff like that. And it was like, no, come on. Or you get Blake 7 maybe and some Doctor Who, but you never get Red Dwarf except for during pledge breaks, which pissed me off. But
It
I
was
remember being
everywhere.
able to catch some of the Red Green show that came out of Canada. I remember watching that, and I was younger, and I remember I enjoyed watching that old man because he reminded me of every American, which was a
Duct tape fixes everything.
yeah.
If it don't, then you don't need it.
What was that Canadian sketch show? CCTV, I think it was
Yeah.
called. That was like a treat every time they would play that at Monty Python. Every so often there was certain obscure channel. That
Oh,
would
we
play
said we said Canada too many times.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, Dracula.
What's going on,
Good
man?
evening. How's it going?
What's going on, bud?
Not much.
Good evening.
It's a bit brisk where you're at, I suppose.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Going to
it's not
Timmy's?
too bad. What's that?
Going to Timmy's?
No, it's 11 o'clock. I'm not going to Timmy's.
What a little boy, man.
Hey, Remy, I hear Simon wants to come and show you something.
What happened?
I hear Simon's in the back room wanting to show you something. He's been lurking around. Not this Simon, the other Simon.
I think he's talking about that time that Simple Simon came on and
Oh, you talking about
something.
Jesus?
The show and tell. Yeah.
Might be a little subtle with it, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
There's
Jesus
nothing
show up
subtle
on
on
the
this
show one
channel.
time.
Did you not watch his Thursday show? There's nothing subtle.
Yeah.
They love art.
I thought we were gonna get one of those.
It's not nudity, it's art.
They love art.
Oh,
until
what,
they're
what,
hard.
whatever happened with Lou Bega? Did anything ever happen after I left?
Oh my god, the guy drove me nuts. He was trying to jump on, but he wouldn't connect his camera. And
Well,
he
I
wouldn't
was there
connect-
for a lot of that, but I didn't know how long you went like after I left, whether he actually got on or not.
First of all, I don't have the ability through StreamYard if you don't connect your mic or your camera to be able to put you on there, it just won't allow you to go on. So the guy just kept trying to come on, or it might be a female. Who knows what the hell it was? But he kept wanting to come on without like connecting properly, and I was like, "What am I gonna do?" So he basically drove me nuts. I didn't care what at that time of night. What were they gonna do? What's the worst thing they're gonna do? Cancel my freaking stream. At that point, let's see what this guy's for 7 hours. This guy was trying to get onto the freaking stream, and I'm like, all right, this guy's got endurance. Let's see what he has to do. He wouldn't make an appearance.
Yeah. I thought, no, my luck, I'll go to bed because it was after midnight, and then and that's when he'll finally get on, but obviously not.
No, I thought he was going to come on. He was going to sing his Mambo number 5. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I had a whole bunch of other people after you jumped off that came on.
Oh, okay.
You know, Rob, you. This will put a smile on your face. Spidey goes, I have to go to sleep and get my 6 hours of sleep because Rob's Fat Stacks is about to play. I'm like, are you kidding me?
True
You gotta
statement.
get your full 6 hours of sleep because you know that Rob's gonna do Oni slabs tonight.
That's
Hey.
right.
I don't even sleep 6 hours for only slabs. So I don't. Actually, last night I might have because I fell asleep in my recliner sometime around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then woke up at like 2 in the morning, and then went to bed for a couple hours.
But
And
you
what's,
know, you
what's,
gotta
what- what's
devote
wrong
your-
with getting a little sleep before supporting your friends' shows?
Hey, that's true devotion, man. That's true devotion. I can't.
We appreciate it. Look, we had both sides of the pond on, man. We had Australia and England representing.
Today was the first time in a while that I wasn't even able to jump off for like at least 15, 20 minutes. But
That reminds me, I actually got to order the shirt for Dr. Von Hoot.
he's an interesting dude. I just discovered his channel not that long ago, and this guy's a weird character. I like him.
I love it.
Yeah. I've had a lot of conversation with him about, what's really great is just how he's really embracing using this time to spend some time with his daughter while his daughter's still appreciates dad.
Yeah.
As those of us with older kids understand.
Ungrateful parasite, you mean?
What are you trying to say, Hoarder? What are you trying to say? That I'm weird? I'm not weird. How do you know that everybody else in the world isn't weird and I'm not the only normal person left?
I have you know that CJ is a member of the Odd Fellows. Just not that Odd Fellows.
What a little boy, man.
Everywhere I go, people call me weird. They call me names.
Sometimes they even call you Comic Journey or Birthday Boy.
Sometimes, yeah.
They tell you to F off.
Yeah, they tell me they go to sleep on my streams. They and they tell me go fuck myself. You know, that is great. Yeah.
It's not the first time TM's done that, and it won't be the last.
Some people come in there and threaten to drink people's blood on my streams.
Oh,
No,
Scott. Scott's here, man. Scott will like this one. I showed this off earlier, so it's new. It's not going to be new to anybody who was here earlier, but Scott will dig this because this is a Dell 4-color. So, yeah. Boom. Here you go, Scott. Look at that sexiness. Little 4-color, 512.
it's the original People's Elbow.
Yeah. Bubble helmets. Good love.
I really like that Adam Strange you got done. That
Oh,
a gorgeous
the wraparound one?
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, that turned out awesome, man. I'm so pumped about that.
Did you actually ask him to do the full wraparound?
No. Actually, all I did was what happened is I was talking to him at this it was a local con. I was talking to him and I saw his display. He had some kind of cool stuff, and I was just talking to him about some stuff, and we were he's like, so what'd you pick up? And so I showed him what I picked up, and at that con I had picked up a bunch of like those Space Journey or these weird Charlton books, and I showed him. He's like, "Oh, dude!" And next thing you know, we're talking about like Adam Strange and these Silver Age space books and stuff, and how he was really into those. I said, "Well, dude," I saw his prices were like pretty darn reasonable for a commission. So I was like, "Oh, hey, I'd love to see about maybe having you do a commission for me." He said, "Yeah, what are you thinking?" I said, "I'd love to do like an Adam Strange," and he goes, "Oh, dude, I'd love to do that." I was all right. I don't have the book with me, but can I send? Is it all right if I send you the sketch cover? And he said, "Yeah." So I sent it to him. I told him, so all I said is, I want Adam Strange. If I had a price, I leave it completely up to you. But if you want any kind of feedback from me, I'm kind of thinking I'd love to have a bubble helmet, maybe a jetpack. He's all, dude, don't worry, I got it in my head. It has to have that stuff. And next kind of like 2 days later, he pings me, says, "Hey, I got a problem. This design I came up with is too big for the cover. Is it all right if I do a wraparound for the same price?"
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, yes, you may.
Yeah, no, that was really nice.
So yeah,
it's as soon as you start going, like even like lower sort of artist sort of, like you still say like A-list, B-list, whatever sort of things, but lower level artists, like they tend not to do a lot of color work and stuff and things like that, or they do it way too much and it looks kind of goofy. But that looks really, really nice.
Yeah, he gave me the choice because he had different prices for full color or not, and it was only $50 more for full color. So I was like, oh well, let's go with the full color. So I mean, altogether that was $250.
That is really good because usually, a lot of artists, like as soon as you add color, it exponentiates the pricing quite heavily. But
yeah, if I just gone just like ink only, it would not even shaded, just like line work stuff, it would have been like $150.
Yeah, so an extra $100 for like Cutler and to be the full wraparound is that is awesome. That is actually awesome.
And it's it's great. And the same thing happened with like that Mars Attacks cover was the same thing. I was talking with Bodie I was talking with the artist at the convention, again, and I'm like, look, he's got these like he's got some ink wash stuff that he does, and I saw he had a Mars Attacks print up on his wall. And I was like, oh, dude, I got this Planet Comics. I'd love to have a Mars Attacks Planet Comics sketch done. And he's all, dude, I love doing Mars Attacks. Not enough people want that stuff. That's like, that's my jam. So again, it's like you start talking to these guys and you find the stuff the common ground things that they're super into themselves. And then you get such great results because they're doing something that they enjoy instead of doing like the 17th copy of fucking Spider-Man that they don't care about.
Yeah, and that's why, like, if anybody ever asks me advice about like how do I get into original art or how do I get into commissions or anything like that, or what sort of questions should I ask artists and things like that, I always say to them, give as much freedom as you can to an artist, because generally if they're an artist that, you know, would like to pick something that you know, they're more familiar with or more happy to draw or would enjoy more, you'll get a better result out of it.
Yeah, so a lot of the other stuff I've been doing, when I do the Spider-Man and the Batman ones, it's usually I'm getting the villains done, and I'm all go, okay, hey, whatever, I'm happy to take any villain you like. The only difference is at this point I'm going like, okay, I have enough Green Goblins, so no Green Goblin. Other than that,
that's why, like, you know, I said, look, you could pick any character from the Spider-Verse and I'll be happy. Like, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's Spider-Man, a different costume, it's a villain, it's a foe, a friend or whatever like that, whether it's a really E-list character, whether it's an obscure one that's just turned up, I just give them the freedom and just say, look, if you want to choose, then just go for your life, sort of thing.
the next one I wouldn't mind getting. I want to find somebody that I want to get a Batman one that I got a Batman sketch cover. I want to get a really cool Scarecrow. You know, I don't even care whether it's the most recent Scarecrow version of the Silver Age or Golden Age. I don't even care. I love Scarecrow. I think it'd be a great character to get done up on a cover.
As long as it's not that cartoon animated one, like the scary one from the Silver Age, that would make sense.
You a big Scarecrow fan, Rob?
I like the Scarecrow. Yeah, I think it's a great character.
I'm trying to think who'd do a good Scarecrow. Brad Walker would do a good Scarecrow. You guys might not see him as much because he's more East Coast.
Oh, I'm gonna find somebody when I'm at Heroes Con, probably.
Because Brad Walker, like, I've known him for quite a while. He did a lot of Detective Comics books.
Or one of my other local ones. I like to find some of these smaller artists, even though I like finding because not only are they less expensive, but I think a lot of times I still get really great results from them.
And I've always been to that. So, like, I love getting the big names, don't get me wrong, but I've always liked supporting the little guys too, because you never know when the little guys will make it big and then you can't afford them.
Well, I'm finding right now the little guys are more willing to do sketch covers, right? So the big artists don't want to do sketch covers all that often. Some of them will downright won't do them at all. They'll say, no, I don't work on sketch covers because they don't like the paper or whatever else.
It's not as bad as what it used to be. Like, I remember always saying, like, obviously, like I've mentioned before about 1 million times, I'm good mates with David Yarden, and he actually banned sketch covers for a while in the sort of like I was around sort of like 2010 to 2013, 14, because the card stock was really slippery, nothing would stick, and it was just crap quality. So he actually said, look, I'm not doing sketch covers ever again because they're just crap. And obviously it's come full circle now. They're a lot better now. So he has started doing it, but he does like Copic work. So it just does not stick to it. If he did it like pencil and ink, it'd probably be all right.
Yeah.
But because most of his commissions are all, as I said, Copic markers, it just doesn't work as well. But yeah, a lot of artists I've heard will either say, look, I don't work on big paper, or I only work on small paper, or I don't work on sketch covers, or I only work on sketch covers. Everybody's sort of different to what they sort of want to do.
Yep.
What about Chris Burnham on Scarecrow?
Yeah, Chris Burnham. Like, I've always wanted a piece from Chris Burnham. He's a He's a super nice guy. I haven't got a piece from him, but he's a little pricey though, and he's hard to get too.
Yeah, I've got most of my sci-fi books at this point, or sketch covers have been spoken for or taken up. So now I'm pretty much back on. The bulk stock of my sketch covers are Spider-Man, Batman, and then I've got like a few others. I got like a couple gargoyles, and I think I got like I think I have one more sci-fi book laying around. But
I just had an idea. I think he's still reasonably priced. I don't think he's a bit pricey, but not stupid pricing. Maybe a Scarecrow from Ben Templesmith, because he's a horror type artist sort of thing. Maybe somebody in that sort of, he might not have never drawn Scarecrow, might put his own spin on it, and somebody like that might actually be a good idea.
I bet you Simon Beasley would do an intense Scarecrow.
Depending on whether he's drunk or not.
Well, yeah, maybe. But I would love to see a rendition from him in his style.
So that's the thing, like Bisley is a bit hit and miss, because I've seen a lot of his con sketches and stuff like that, and to be perfectly honest, it looks probably the same as the Lobo one you did like last night or whatever.
Really? Is that bad?
I wasn't saying bad, because I can't draw.
What I did last night was bad, but I also drew it upside down. So
yeah. But like I've seen some horrible pieces from him, and yet I've seen some awesome pieces from him. So it really does depend on whether I think when he does the con stuff, it's not as good, but sometimes they are, and but that home stuff is usually pretty good. But you're also paying for the at home stuff. What's this? I have to return a piece of art this week. Arrived damaged, and the seller would only offer $50 discount on a $1,250 piece. Fuck.
What about
name and shame, Scott. I want to know who it is. I'd be very interested. I'd be making them do it again. Luckily, I've never had that problem. I've had some pretty shocking.
Oops, sorry, dog.
Shocking pieces of art turn up, like packaging wise, should I say? Oh, not the artist. Okay. The Brazilians quite often, the only way they sort of pack their art is literally 2 thin pieces of foam and like not even a post pack, like just it's almost like a manila sort of, envelope sort of thing, and it's not a very good way to pack art.
I sent you the name of this person because I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce the name right, but Yannick Paquet.
Yeah, Yannick Paquet. Yeah, I've got a piece from Yannick. Yeah, he's a super nice guy too. Super cool artist.
Well, of course he's Canadian.
French Canadian, yeah.
Still Canadian.
Yeah. I was trying to give him some extra props. No, he's a super cool artist, super nice guy. He does an awesome Wonder Woman. I actually got a silk from him.
You have any David Finch art?
Yeah, I got a Spidey from Finch, but it's not. Unfortunately, he wasn't doing inked pieces at the time. He was only doing pencil pieces when he came here. So I think if he ever comes back, I might, instead of getting another piece, I might just try and get him to ink it. But yeah, I've wanted a Finch piece for years and years and years. Like, I first met him when I first started original art, and it was 2009, 2010, something like that. He came out here, and I knew him from the Moon Knight series that he did, and I was super excited to try and get a piece from him, being one of my first big artists to try and get an original piece from. And I was basically told that he wasn't from the comic shop that brought him out here. They said, "Oh no, he's not sketching." And then I find out later he did like 20 pieces or whatever like that, because people asked him directly, and he started doing pieces, so I missed out.
I got a David Finch remark, but it's
I've always loved
Clayface, but
yeah, he's such super tight pencils. Looks, yeah, I love his art.
Do you ever watch his streams where he just goes through his artwork, how he does it, and all that stuff?
No, I never. Actually
he's great.
No.
Like,
I've watched him. I've watched him in real life doing that. So
I haven't ever seen him in person, but I know from the streams where he's like actually going through the process and talking about all this stuff he's doing. Phenomenal. He like
Super nice guy. Like him and his wife Meredith are both awesome, friendly people.
I gotta feed the dog. I hate to go away and go be another camera not on, but tough for these.
There we go.
Hang on. That's a little bit better. Actually, we'll put Journey in the middle. He likes being in the middle.
Well, why do I have to be Alice again?
Here's the story.
You're always making me Alice. I don't want a delivery from Sam on those meat. All right, so like, why do I have to be?
Well, where do you want to be then? You tell me where you want to be. I'll put.
I don't know. I'm always put in the Alice position.
Fine. You go down the ass position.
There you go. There you go. They actually that works
Well,
well.
Sleeper.
That's appropriate head for my body. There you go.
Hey, Sleepy. Sleepy was an awesome guy to talk to the other night.
Oh yeah. He jumped on my stream for the first time, and I never really had that much interaction with him up until then. And he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. I know he's an OG, and I was made familiar with his channel maybe about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, from Tylox, because he kept ranting and raving on him. I'm like, oh, let me go check this guy out. He's a good dude, smart dude. He knows his stuff. You know.
Yeah,
Wish there was more like him.
I always like his comic reviews. He does good comic reviews too.
Wish there were more like him in the community.
Yeah, everybody's got a gimmick.
No. The thing is, he doesn't have a gimmick. He's just.
And that's what I mean. Everybody's got, like, the OG guys don't. They pretty much just talk, and they're informative and knowledgeable, and it's
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of people out there that are really knowledgeable and they know their shit. I mean, they really, really know their shit. But I'd rather watch freaking paint dry than listen to them talk. You know, there's a little bit of entertainment factor as well. When you're saying a story or you're describing something, it's got to be at least a little interesting, right? Or at least in my opinion. You know,
I like Sleepy Reader because he always brings out these kind of obscure comic books that you just don't really. They're in between issues, you know, or part of a run or whatever, and he'll kind of go through them and kind of talk about them, along with, you know, of course, newer stuff too. But I always like his older stuff, and that panel that he's on, that he does with a couple of other people. That's a pretty good panel.
He's also got a comforting way of speaking. You know, it's not like awkward silence and all that stuff.
He reminds you, I don't mean this the wound of feeling. I actually enjoy this when I have long trips myself, but he reminds me of NPR. Like, it's like listening to somebody from NPR. You know, he's very subtle, you know, he's not like me where I'm a little eccentric about things. Like,
supposed to be feeding the dog, Rob.
Level-headed.
I think we need to make a hashtag for your channel. I think every time somebody goes to Poke Joe's videos and you put a comment, just put hashtag woo woo.
Woo woo.
I think woo woo is definitely a Poke Joe signature line.
That is a signature line. I literally have T-shirts that say "woo woo," no woo woo allowed.
So if anybody's listening to now on the replay, you go to the Poke Joe's videos. Just make sure you hashtag woo woo.
Woo woo.
Or no woo woo.
No woo woo. Well, you know, if you think about it, right, when you go to review a comic book, right, they always got this thing in there that it is completely fiction, right? They're just adding something to it. So what do you call that? Like, you got the science woo woo and you got magic woo woo, right? You don't want to say BS, right? So I'm like, you know,
it's all woo
woo. The woo woo.
It's woo woo talk. It's all about woo woo. Why does he go blank now? The hell's it up with everybody blanking out their video?
Chat going on and they're like watching this and making fun of us. Is that what's going on? Is somebody?
Yeah.
My YouTube feed.
Remy's like the only guy that hosts his own show and then disappears for ages, and then
No, Mark does it too. Mark does it
Oh
too.
yeah, Mark does it too. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mark does it too. Mark actually hands it over to other people to run the show half the time. You know, Tyler is running it until the end.
Hey man, if you got that kind of like, you got that stuff, man, do it. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you also got to think about a lot of these shows, 3-4 hours.
There's nobody that's a marathon man like me that lasts from beginning to end without running off the stream. You got to do the marathon, people. You got to do the marathon. Even if it's useless knowledge and useless nonsense, you got to be there. You got to be there for your own stream. You hear that, Remy? Take out your chainsaw. Entertain us.
Ooh. I'm actually watching Pocan Joe video right now, and he's talking about Stargirl.
Did you hear about the woo-woo?
Yeah, I did the Stargirl thing. I like that story. That's a cool storyline.
See, CJ, Stargirl is making comeback.
Don't encourage him. Seriously,
story.
what are you encouraging him for with his Stargirl?
I'm not encouraging anybody. I like that new story. I like the story around the lost children, you know, kind of focusing on sidekicks, plus throwing in some golden age stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, have you been reading JSA as well?
Off and on.
JSA. Well, I think it's only on issue 2. It came out, and then issue 3 got delayed. But I loved how it ended because we get a little bit of Detective Chimp in there in the next issue.
Honestly, it's going to take a lot for me to be an avid reader of any of the mainstream DC lines. They're just,
Well, that's the thing
quiet.
with the JSA and Stargirl and that you're getting the golden age feel from these stories. That's what's intriguing me about them.
I know. I'm just like it's overload. Like I like the dark DC stuff. I used to be a very big reader of Vertigo stuff. I used to like that stuff a lot.
I like Vertigo stuff.
Some Black Label stuff I like not all. But you know, there's very few continuing titles from the mainstream DC that I actually appreciate, that I actually like that I want to read every single week after week. I mean, month. It's tough. At one point, I was reading Joker, and that got tired fast.
The newer one with James Tynion.
No, the first one, the one that right before this series. I was reading that one. That got tired fast. I kind of like the element of the whole Jim Gordon. It felt like more of a Jim Gordon story to me than a Joker.
It was. Yeah.
I kind of like that whole thing. Even though people are like, oh no, this is supposed to be a Joker. No, I kind of like that. I like a little bit of a different element going on. With this latest line, I read up to I think 5. Where I don't know where it's up to now, Joker. But I got put to the point where the stories are not that interesting to me anymore, and the art is a little more interesting on the covers than the story. And when I get to that point where I'm buying a comic just because of the cover art over the actual content, it's not my read anymore.
Yeah, I get that. I was a little let down with the Joker when it first came out because I go into comic books differently than some people, and I'm sure they could say the same about me. When you tell me
Can I recommend you a book? I'm going to recommend CJ a book. It's a little darker, and there's only going to be 3 issues. 2 issues are already out. I'm not sure if you've already read it, but Swamp Thing, Green Hell.
I haven't read it.
That's a good run.
Is that good? I like Swamp Thing. I was reading the Ron V one. That was pretty decent.
Yeah. Ron V as a writer is just solid writing to begin with.
No, I like Swamp Thing. I like that element. It's a little different, a little weird. Just, you know, I like stuff that I don't feel like I'm bringing in too much of reality into my world. I have enough reality as I walk around on a daily basis and interact with human beings on a daily basis. I want to go into a realm that doesn't feel real anymore when I'm reading these books. I want to like.
You'll definitely feel out of the world because it takes place in the future. This story, and that so.
I'll definitely check it out. Swamp Thing is something I'll always give a shot to.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it. But with the other stuff, it just I don't know. Even with the Marvel stuff, I don't like it. I just don't like it. Like I don't like Captain America. I don't like Spider-Man these days. I don't like the Hulk. What they did to it. I just don't like it. Like
The new Spider-Man that just dropped here, is pretty promising. I have it
For
right
the
here.
ASM?
Actually. Let me find it. The Stormbreakers run.
Not the ASM run.
No, not ASM.
Because it was intriguing up until issue 5-6. It was getting my curiosity, and then I was like, "Oh, what the hell? We're dealing with more of the same again."
Yeah, the Unforgiven.
I haven't read it at all. I'll check it out.
Last thing I read from Marvel was the new Silver Surfer book that came out, Ghost something.
Yeah.
And that was not. It started to get good at the end, but the whole issue is kind of stupid.
Kind of. Well, it's if you don't know the premise of the story, and I don't mean to be like that guy, but the premise of the story is from a character from back in the 70s that helped. Right, that was the doctor that came up out of the grave. You know what I'm talking about? All right, he was actually a character in a one-issue run that ended up dying, and that was all, and nothing was ever explained of why he died or anything. He just randomly died in there, right? So they're kind of rehashing that as a character to come back in, and Nora actually became very close to him. Yeah, Silver Surfer came very close to him in that story, but he just like died in the most stupidest way ever. So this is kind of like, I don't want to say an homage, but kind of a, hey, this kind of lost character just kind of got thrown away. This is us bringing.
I get that, but like you spent way too much time on those kids. Too much time on those kids for no apparent reason whatsoever, especially after what you just said. Like, okay, these kids have nothing to do with it except for being related to this guy.
Yeah, they're the grandchildren, yeah.
I mean,
I thought it started off kind of like a Scooby-Doo mystery, and then I was like, oh, I remember this story. I think that book was more of a nostalgia pill than it was anything else.
That's funny because that's how they've been hitting a lot of us readers.
Yeah,
a little bit with the nostalgia, and it's cool to do that every so often. But then they catch wind that people actually like this, and then they do overkill on that again.
Yeah, then they take advantage of it. Yeah,
you know. So I like every so often I like a little bit of that nostalgia pill, but in like small doses, and it's fun that way.
Yeah.
But there's so many characters out there that are so great that they're doing nothing with, or they're just doing shitty work on, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Like when you have a moron like me that's just a reader, and I could come up with better stories than what the actual writers out there are doing. There's a problem with that.
Yeah, or at least a better concept. And I wouldn't say I come up with better stuff, but I'm like, this doesn't make sense. What if you did this? Would that
I guarantee you, if you sat down with pencil and paper, I guarantee you, Joe, if you sat down with pencil and paper and you really put some thought into it, you'd come up with a better concept than Space Hulk. I guarantee it.
Space Hulk was so bad. It was so bad. Space Hulk was
Am I wrong?
Bad. Like they had a good premise and they had a good concept because I liked it because you had the mind, the machine, right, and then somebody's journey, right. You could have went total philosophical with that. No, they just wanted to make a Space Hulk.
Space Hulk. Let's put a helmet on him.
Wow. Okay.
Come on.
You did that.
I mean, come on. And you know what? It saddens me because that's one of my favorite characters, and it's supposed to be a tragic character. He's supposed to be like a really damaged person, like a damaged person that has a tragic story that has a never-ending drama that he's living through. And they make it comical. They make it too superhero-ish. They like Immortal Hulk. I don't want to say for the entire series, but for a good portion of the series, actually really hit home as far as the trauma of the Hulk. You know,
I do like Fun Hulk too, like Joe Fixit, that new run.
Yeah, that's different. That's a
Yeah,
different
it's a
element.
totally different thing. It's meant to be gimmicky. It's meant to be weird. But I do like this whole 1970s vibe casino pit boss concept that they're going with mob connections.
It's a fun story, and the whole Joe Fixit story is good because you know what? It was a nice like at that time I wasn't so sure if I liked it or not as a kid reading it,
Mhm.
but looking back to it, it was a nice break from going from all savage destroying everything to like a different personality because you know he's a split personality, he's a
More
psychopath.
sophisticated.
You
Yeah.
know, he's got all these multiple personalities and stuff like that. It worked into his history, into who Bruce Banner is. So it worked out really nice. And then when they went back to the Professor Hulk, which is not really the Professor Hulk, by the way, for all the people that are sitting there and saying 377 was the first Professor Hulk. It was not. Actually, 272 was the first real Professor Hulk, where he actually had the mind of Bruce Banner, and he was a nerd, and he was in the Hulk's body. Because in 377, he was not a nerd anymore. He had a blended personality of all of his personalities. Where he was actually a mean. He had a sarcastic humor to him. He was a different guy altogether. He wasn't that clown that they have in the MCU. So not the Professor Hulk, better version of Smart Hulk or Intelligent Hulk. That's what I think it was. But that's my nerd talk about Hulk. I could talk about the Hulk all day. That's my favorite freaking character. Him and Lobo, which I'm devastated to see is equally how they're not doing something better with. Because
Yeah.
that's a character they could they could really go to town with, and like really, he was Deadpool before Deadpool was Deadpool.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a fair assessment, sir. That is accurate. Yes.
No, there's no denying that. You know, they always want to say that he was a Wolverine ripoff, but other than his, other than his mutton
Cigar.
chops and the cigar, what other similarities do they really have? He's a big freaking albino alien that goes and bangs every single space chick he could find all over the world.
Yeah, he's really like not a Wolverine type at all. He loves his women.
He's an awesome character to like really work on, and they got a little goofy in that 90s run that they did with him, which kind of screwed it up.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be goofy, but at the same time, you're like, holy shit, this is like a dangerous character.
Well, he comes off.
You want to watch a good
but he's
movie with him? It's an animated movie, but it's Superman: Man of Tomorrow. He was featured in that. And he does get like a lot of credit in that movie.
I missed that one. I haven't seen that one, so I gotta definitely check it out. The animated movie. How long did that come out?
About 3 years ago, 2020.
I got
HBO Max.
Maybe I have to get HBO Max again, because once Watchmen was done, I was done with HBO Max. That was the last series I was really like into from HBO Max, which I thought was excellent, by the way.
Yeah.
Rob, you're silent. You're scaring me.
He's muted.
Nothing to say. Let you guys talk.
Digesting food.
I am actually capable of being quiet for a few moments at a time.
No, I'm being quiet as much as possible. I was just trying to fill the void while you were gone because everybody tells me I talk too much. So like I'm being like I'm being nice. I'm being nice and not dominating conversations. But hey, you're back, so you dominate the conversation.
Nah.
You know, my pet peeve is silence, right? Like when I hear silence on freaking streams and broad podcasts and everything, it drives me nuts. You know, I can't just sit there and listen to just like everybody like, ah.
Hey, Rob, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can fit in an event during Heroes Con and go to an airsoft or paintball field?
Oh shit,
that'd be awesome.
you can get people that willing to basically, because those things I'm assuming are only open during the day, so you'd have to get people willing to either get there early, late, stay late, or else take away from their time at the con. But you can, but absolutely, we can make. I mean, if there were people that want to do it, we can put it on a survey and see if people want to do it to collect interest. 'Cause I know that like DJ was taking point on trying to see whether or not getting
The
the
movie theater thing,
movie theater
yeah.
thing, right? I know that like for me, I'm kind of curious to go over to the NASCAR Hall of Fame at some point. And that's why it's on there. Like, is anybody else interested in doing
Yeah,
it?
we saw it last year, and it's a nice museum, but it's not worth the second trip for. So
Well,
that's why I was
I'm already there, right? So it's like
Yeah.
I might go over there like on Sunday for half the.
Yeah, I just want to
for
run
half
around
the day
and
or something.
shoot people.
But yeah.
Get run over by cars and stuff like that.
Hey, car can't run me over. It stopped.
Other than NASDAQ Hall of Fame, is there anything else that's like nearby there?
NASCAR Hall of Fame, not the NASDAQ Hall of Fame. Very
whatever.
different things.
Where the con is at North Carolina, me and my wife have gone down there before and spent weekends down there doing other things and cons. There's actually a lot to do.
Yeah, there's a lot right down there.
There's a lot.
I probably should have really thought about maybe just booking like even an extra day, but I didn't. So
if you like historical stuff, you go down to the waterfront. Like, it is crazy nice down there.
I know everybody's planning on doing something for that Friday night at that place. I was talking to Mark about it. I think last night, whatever. Is anybody planning anything for Saturday night?
So
or Thursday night?
So Thursday night is potentially the people might be going to the movie to go see the Flash movie. That may or may not happen. I don't know. The otherwise it's kind of, there's nothing organized, right? So if people end up hanging out someplace at a bar or something, they'll do that. The Friday night is the only one that I'm trying to organize right now. As far as Saturday and I'm trying to do it on Friday because my theory is there'll be less just normal people hanging about after the con type thing. It'll be easier to secure a space for a large group. So we'll see. I'm trying to get my final, at least a close to a semi-finalish count where I can give them a number and try to start scheduling it.
All right. Nobody actually gave me an actual number of who actually is fully committed. You probably know this. How many people from our community is actually going to be there? They're part of this group.
Right now, it was like 26 or something like that.
That's a lot of freaking people.
Just under 30 people.
Yeah. So I'm like, and then invariably there's people that walk in or people that be added on at some point. So I'm like figuring right now it's like 35 people roughly I got a plan for. At least
A lot of personalities to mesh.
Well, that's why you want a place that you can mingle and not be stuck at a table type thing. So it'll be interesting. As far as the other nights will be stuff, who knows? The other idea that we had instead of doing this down at this World of Beers or whatever, but is more expensive, was we thought one of the ideas was getting like one of the rooms at the hotel or the conference rooms, and then just having that catered and stuff, having it there. But then you're paying for the room plus the food and stuff versus this World of Beers. You don't have to pay for the room, and actually the way they set it up is you just have to do a minimum based on the number of people. They tell you a minimum spend based on the number of people, and then as long as you either pay that minimum spend or else you pay over based on what your tabs are and go from there.
Yeah,
that could be cool.
That place is pretty centrally located to all the hotels too. No matter where you're staying, it's no more than a 2-block walk.
Yeah, I think most of us though are staying at the Westin, but which it's the other side of the convention from, but that's not a big deal. It's still only a couple blocks. So
yeah, the guys that went last year, they just walked right there.
Yeah.
That's where I booked.
I'm gonna follow this guy right there.
Well,
Anytime I go to a con where there's Spokane Joe, I have one rule: I follow that guy right there.
Well, Joe
Boom.
already promised that he's going to take us to the basement, so I want to go to the basement with Joe.
Experience.
But
I'm
that's
back.
the Weston as well, because that's where everybody said that they're
When,
going to be.
when you follow Joe and you wake up under the hotel or under the freeway overpass, surrounded by piles of blow and hookers.
In
I'm
Melbourne.
The question is, are they still alive?
Yes.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. You know,
Hey, the question, you know, we could just all sit there and be like, hey, let's go to Italy and just go do that.
Yeah.
You know what?
I don't need
else
a plan. I just need to be motivated.
This con sucks. Where else is a con? Oh,
I was
Switzerland.
actually
All right,
reading.
let's go.
I was actually reading from the website that the booths and the tables that they have are so damn cheap. Compared to New York, they're like $350 for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
That blew me away how cheap they are.
This is one of the last true Comic Cons that still exist. Like, there's only a handful of them. You go in there, like, yeah, there's some cosplayers, but the majority of the stuff in there is comic book dealing. Like, dealers all over the United States come there to deal with dealers. It's crazy.
I was so close to actually booking a table and putting a crash dummy with like a Comic Journey head on it, sitting there, meet and greet with Comic Journey, and just leaving there for the entire con. Like I really was that.
You just need a pair of mannequin heads and Kool-Aid Man, and then people can come and do that. Hey, check it out, boys and girls. The man I'll be spending some time with tomorrow. E-Man, how's it going?
Man.
Hey.
See.
I see Rob and I see Drac. There's Remy. I see TM. There's Simon Joe. I see Journey. What's going on, my friends?
Because we're going to be hitting up one of those other last old school comic shows.
Yeah, have fun with that, by the way.
Aren't you gonna? You're not going now?
I might not be able to go. There's too many things I need to do here at the house, and I might miss this one.
They were on Reggie's Reggie Collects this week was talking about it too. Even
What? Reggie was talking about that little local con?
Yeah, they had the host on. Well, Reggie used to be out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used to be out here from the Bay Area, and so Reggie used to go back in the day, and he had one of the founders of the Berkeley Comic Show on, and they were talking about the show and how it's just comic books, no pop culture crap, no.
It's little though.
It's a
really
gym.
tiny. Yeah, it's like a school
basically
gym.
Yeah, it's school gym size, but it's still freaking solid, awesome stuff, man.
Yeah. Last time I was there, they had a lot of really good stuff, like for pretty good prices too. I mean, like I saw a lot of good slab spawn stuff that I was like, "Whoa, this is actually stuff that I can probably." I'm cheap. I'm a cheap ass. I'm not trying to spend like $200-300.
I just picked up my ASM 15 there last time in January.
This guy.
It was in a bin labeled 20% off Silver Age books, and it was tagged at FMV, so I got 20% off FMV.
Off an AF-15, you found it in a bin?
No, I'm sorry, not AF-15. I'm sorry, ASM 15. I'm sorry.
Damn it,
I'm
Rob!
sorry.
You got me. Like, are you serious? You found something like that in a tiny show like that? That sounds like the steal of the year right there.
No, I don't even that at FMV 20% off FMV. I'm not prepared to test my marriage with an AF-15 yet.
Sell everything you have just to get the AF-15. I think that's where we got to go.
But it was an ASM 15. Sorry.
What the fuck was that, man?
So, Mark, I discussed this with you yesterday, and you kind of like said that it's already been done. But I think we should actually officially drop the gauntlet and make an official challenge to everybody, and come up with a certain monetary number of who's going to get the best deal for that con.
Is this Heroes Con?
Yeah, I think we should put a number, $20, $50, $100, whatever everybody chooses, like as far as that number, and we have to go get the best possible deal in that con for that number. I think it'll be great fun for all of us.
It's a good idea.
Bragging rights.
I'll let you know now. I'll be doing that anyways, so I'll be happy.
So will I.
I was going to say my money would be on either Mark or Joe.
I'd be doing the same thing, but I think it's bragging rights. It'd be fun. It'd be great content for everybody's channels. I don't know. I just think it'd be a good
I
interactive
think
thing.
where the Joe would have a hindrance in that against me is that man has a lot more money than me. He'd be like, fuck it, take it. Yeah, that's close enough. I'd be like, no, that's not close enough. I'm going to beat this man down because I have no other option.
Yeah, you're
all I have to do is just outbid whoever. Like if you were to go and make an offer, I just make a lower offer. Or a
I'm just
higher
saying,
offer.
I won't settle for the price they're telling me. I need it for the price I'm asking for it because it's a requirement for purchase.
Yeah, I don't go for their price either, but I like to meet middle ground.
Yeah, you're working with a higher budget than me.
My favorite line is, "What's your number? Here's my number. How do we get away with this where you feel like you've made money and I feel like I got a deal? What's that number?"
See, I got a different attitude.
Joe's got the gift of
I
gab.
usually have a number in my head that I'm willing to pay. I don't care if it's FMV. I don't care if it's any. This is what I want to pay. I don't care what you say.
Exactly.
This is what I'm going to pay. Whether you accept it or not, that's your prerogative. But that's what I'm willing to pay. And if you take it, great. If not, I'm going to buy it from somebody else.
Yeah, there's enough comics there. You don't have to settle for bad prices.
That's
really the trick to haggling, man, is just to realize like there's not a shortage of comic books at this con. Like if this guy's a douchebag about it, if this guy has too much money wrapped up in it, like you just go get it from the next guy.
Although I will say this, some of the best prices you'll see at any Comic Con are going to happen at Heroes Con.
Yeah, dude. At least they were we were like on Hog Heaven last year because that was like the first time they had it rolling right since pre-COVID. So everyone's there like, dude, we're ready to move some fucking inventory.
Moving books.
Yeah. So I'm wondering how different it'll be this year going in. Now that people have had 2 good years, might be a little tighter.
I wonder if that Sunday is going to be like the best deal for you guys. Like if this is supposed to be the spot where you get the best deals, don't you get the best deals like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday?
People say that, but I mean, it's really just vendor to vendor. It's always, I bought my biggest book within 2 hours of being there for the best deal I made.
Yeah.
On a
A lot
Friday.
of guys are itchy for that first sale too, like because that's infectious. Once you get the first sale done, it's an infection after that.
Scratching issue. Okay, we can do it.
Yeah.
So Mark, make it official. Drop the gauntlet on your channel. Make it an official challenge to all the hero guys. See who actually jumps.
I like that initial. I like that idea for the challenge, but where you set a price. Say everyone buys a $50 book, and we see who got the best deal for that.
It doesn't have to be one book. Who's getting the most value for that monetary amount? They could go get. 50.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Fair enough.
It's
How not going to work. They literally have 25-cent bins in there.
Yeah, that's not a good value.
Yeah.
If you're willing to dig in 25-cent books, you can find some keys in there now.
Unless it's a $50 book and a 25-cent bin.
But yeah, what we should do is we should all like meet up like at the little concession tables and do like a short ass time limit. Like everybody, you've got 20 minutes to go spend $50 and be back at this table or you're disqualified. Like don't drag it out all day. Like make it like a.
That sounds fun. Oh my god, that sounds fun, dude.
Like somebody has 20 minutes so people can spread out different directions, and we do it on day 2. That way, people have a day to get there, and the people that don't show up till day 2, and a lot of people are leaving before day 3. Yeah, 20 minutes. That way, everyone can get back to their regular scheduled hunting.
That's fine. You figure out the parameters, make the challenge, and I think it'll be fun.
I'd love to shoot this. I would love to be like the one holding the camera and just shooting everyone.
I would be in any flick with you behind the camera or next to me on the bed.
Oh my! Sounds like an invitation there, Mark.
It is.
It'd be fun though. That would be fun to shoot. Just seeing the panic and like the stress.
Somebody's haggling and making a deal, and all of a sudden, another person that's in the competition jumps in and screws up their deal. Just
that's fair. That is fair.
Everything's fair.
We're playing cutthroat if we're playing at all.
It's going to be savage as hell. Maybe an hour would be what we need, just because I don't know how big the con is.
Fuck that. No,
You guys know how big the con is. I don't know. I know New York size. I don't know.
No, an hour would be too much. You would have 70% of people sitting there like, I'm wasting my con sitting at this table waiting on this guy to not get a deal on a comic.
Yeah.
20
Make
minutes
it
is,
quick.
I think 20 minutes is
20
solid.
minutes is good. Some people are going to get disqualified. That's just how it goes, TJ.
Especially if you've had a day to walk around.
You guys know better than me. I haven't been to that con. I don't know how big it is. So
I would
It's
probably
fucking huge.
I
if
would
it's
split
like
it up into two
NYCC,
events.
it's a problem. You can't even get from one lane to the other through the traffic.
I would split it up into two events where you team people up, one filming, the other one actually going to do it, and then we just bring it all together.
That would be sick. Or just say screw it. Just whatever YouTubers there with you guys.
I'm
Have
bringing
them
my
shoot
own
a video.
cameraman. His name's Pops.
Fair. I'm not.
You're not bringing your wife this year?
No, she won't be making it this year.
Oh, that's bullshit. I'm not going then.
That's
I'll
it.
inform
Look
her.
at that. You ruined the con show.
Yeah.
She's not going.
You're not
Dude,
allowed
I
to say
had
that.
so much fun picking
After
on
I-
his wife last year.
Yeah.
After
Like,
I,
when
after I
you,
declared for this to make this happen.
no,
for you,
I'll
Bob.
be there. Last year, we were all talking on the con floor, like getting ready to head out, and his wife, we're like, all right, we're gonna go get dinner. And she's like, no, I got to go back to the room first. I'm like, y'all don't want to just go straight there from here? She goes, no, I've got to go get ready first. I'm like, all right, understandable. So then when we all get to World of Beer, Joe and his wife come walking up, and I tapped Joe. I said, Joe, watch this. And as soon as his wife made eye contact with me, I go, I thought you said you were going to get ready. She just made the worst stink out, but she's such like a good sport, you know. She can give it just as good as you can give it. Like, she's awesome. She was fun as hell to hang out with.
My wife has.
I just remember her face dropping for that second.
Really?
What?
Really? You went there? Nah. My wife's cool like that.
It was a good time.
No, but I like the idea of teaming it up, one filming, one, and then just mad dash that shit.
Yeah.
You got to knock over kids, knock them over.
Yeah, but you know what? We should make
be
this a
telling the
community thing.
vendors. We should be talking to the vendor like, hey, I'm in a competition. I got $50 to spend. I got to get a good deal. What do you got for me? What do you got for me?
And you know what? You know what? If you ever get them like on camera too, and you show like the name of their little shop, it's exposure, so they might cut you a deal. Like,
Go,
oh, this
go
guy's making a YouTube
back
video.
and watch Chip's stream. I don't think it's up anymore, but it was on Chip's stream when Jim was trying to buy Prince.
How
And I-
dare you?
Calling that dude out.
How dare you?
I fucking I called him out. They're like, this is how much. I'm like, bro, I just seen your inventory down there. Don't even bullshit with the prices. And he's like, well, I might be able to do better. I'm like, real quick, tell everybody what the name of your shop is. You're live right now. And he got all into it. He's like, did his whole thing. I'm like, all right, well, we just gave you a promo. So what kind of deal are you going to give us? And I just kept on this dude till he gave him like free prints and shit. It was fun.
I remember that. That was awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but
That's how
Mark,
you should do
you know
it.
what? You should use this as like a fun thing to get the community involved. Like, do something on your channel where you're just telling everybody about it, and then one by one, as people come on, name the people, see the community get behind who's going to win and that kind of stuff.
I can do that, or I can run my channel the way I want to.
All right.
No, I just got done spending hours. Hours working on that next little comic history
I'm
video.
just thinking yours is the best platform from that. That's all I'm saying. I could do it in the middle of the night, but nobody's going to watch it. You know,
I think it'd be a fun
Well, the best place for it is the Heroes Con chat, is because that's where everybody who would be involved is all centrally located, right?
True.
I would
Heroes
just,
Con chat.
Yeah, if you whenever anyone in the communities are grouping up and going to cons, they always get put into chats together to communicate. Except you and Rob, because y'all two go to cons exclusively with each other, apparently.
Damn it. I was gonna say, Rob's head has been hanging there for so long. I was about to ask Rob, are you alive? Are you
He's
okay?
actually sniffing your head.
Hey, Kyle.
Yep. I was surfing my phone.
No, it's okay. Continue. I just needed to see you move, Rob. That's all. I just needed to. I wasn't sure if I needed to call 911 or something.
At some point, I need to sit there and update my shopping list for tomorrow.
Joe, I think I would just go to the Heroes Aren't Hard to Find table and just do a one and done on a golden age.
I would actually just go over to Graham Crackers because I've known him for like 10 years now. I'd be like, Graham Cracker.
Let me hold a book. I'll give it back to you in an hour.
I I will overpay for something else later. I just need over $50 that I can go shock everybody.
When is Heroes Con again?
June
June
16th.
June 16th. Yeah.
Hey, there's got to be receipts
Hold
or
on.
video footage.
Yeah,
Do I have
buy it.
kids that
Yeah,
weekend?
I'll buy it.
And,
You should-
and
you should come,
PayPal
man.
shows receipts, people.
There's
PayPal.
gonna be like almost 30 of us there.
Ah, son of a bitch! I got kids that weekend. I can't go.
Bring
That's
them.
why you con
Leave them
off, Uncle.
outside.
You know, a
just
plane
tie 'em
ticket.
to a tree.
A plane ticket from the Bay to Charlotte, I think, is like $600.
I think they have
it's
kid
more
racks.
expensive for me to fly out to Charlotte.
Do you think
than
I
it
know
is to
not
fly
know
to
how much it
Hawaii.
costs to fly from the Bay Area to Charlotte? I know exactly how much it costs me, man.
Yeah, but you're only paying for one. I'd be paying for like five, and
I didn't
and
say
I
bring
have
your kids.
I have to.
I said leave your kids.
So you'd be paying the price for 5 people for one of me.
You guys are wrong. He doesn't want to take a bunch of kids to the con all the way out there and have to babysit them and stuff. He wants to go by himself so he can hang with us.
I do. Everything you're saying is 175% true, Rob.
I
Very
understand.
specific number.
That's why my youngest, their school gets out and he has to move out of the dorm during that time. I told my wife, I'd like to go to this con. Can you handle go picking them up for school on your own?
Luckily, she's got the back of a coal miner.
She said, no problem. Can I take your car? And I said, yes. So
what kind of car do you have?
I have a Subaru Outback, or not Outback, Crosstrek, but it's bigger than she has like a Ford Focus wagon. So, or hatchback.
Yeah, it's slightly
whatever,
bigger.
And fortunately, we don't have to move. There,
Nesty.
it looks like my youngest was saying that they are going to share a locker with a couple of the other kids, the roommates. So that way they can put their stuff in the summer, their bedding and stuff. They don't have to transport that stuff. So that means they should have no problem with the two of them just folding down the seats and put it all inside the car. They don't have to use the roof rack and stuff like I did when we hauled them up there. But
what school?
Southern Oregon University.
Oh, it's not too far.
No, it's up in
Didn't
Ashland.
drive.
It's still a trek, but you out of here, Remy?
No, I was just gonna say it's midnight.
Oh shit! It's already tomorrow for him over there.
Oh, so yeah, I'm out of here then.
Guess those Tootsies.
Looks like I'm staying.
That's what he's been working on in the background.
Just like earlier, Rob and Mad Spidey are not allowed to participate. I'm going to show you three pictures of celebrity Tootsies and give you the opportunity to guess what celebrity they belong to.
Madonna.
Oh shit, TM's here?
Picture number one. Now this is every man for himself. Feel free to guess in the chat as well. Tootsie picture number one.
Those look kind of. I don't. This is messed up. They look kind of mannish.
That looks like some Drew Barrymore shit to me.
I don't know.
It looks like a British person's teeth.
Oh gosh, I didn't know we were.
Renee Zellweger.
I didn't know we were doing this.
I'm saying Daniel Radcliffe. If we're gonna stay on the English thing.
Oh shit!
You're embarrassing me in company.
The way they're all scrunched up like that, it gives me Renee Zellweger kind of vibes.
Oh goddamn!
Oh, what the hell?
Is that 2 feet? Because that top one looks kind of janky.
The ballerina stuff going on.
That's a hand and a foot.
Oh, Michelle
Tina
Pfeiffer.
Turner.
No, take a look at the reflection.
Totally Tina Turner. I'm with you on that one.
This is all the same
I'm a
person.
second that.
Faces.
All right. Picture number 3.
She's into animals, so
People with monkeys.
Oh wait, is this like the same person? I'm under the
Yes.
assumption that
They're
it's
all
like,
they're all the same person.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with
you know
Natalie
what?
Portman. I'm gonna go with
Julia
Shia LaBeouf
Roberts.
on this one.
All right.
Julia Roberts.
you know what? I'm
Locked
gonna go with,
in.
I'm gonna go with my fail safe, Real Perma.
Okay, Mark.
Steve Swanson.
Well, that's a good one.
The
That's
TM
a
or
good
Drac? I don't know if they're here to yes or not.
Oh, you know what? Matt might
I'm
be
gonna,
right.
I'm I'm gonna go with
Uma Thurman's a good one.
Yeah,
Christina Aguilera. I don't know. I was gonna say Reese Witherspoon, but somebody stole that. So
You know, I'm with Bay. I'm with Bay.
Yeah, I'm with Bay too. I would like to change mine to.
Oi, you want a cup of tea?
Selma Blair.
Who the hell's that?
Oh, shit! I would not have guessed Selma Blair.
No.
Oh shit!
They told
Because
you
I
it was a
couldn't.
hand.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Yeah, go back to the Nether one. The first, second one.
Yeah, she's from Hellboy.
Hellboy. Yep.
Yeah.
The blonde
it's sad
hair
to-
threw me all the way off
she-
of that.
She's got MS now.
Yeah, I was.
I really don't think that's the best way to do your toenails.
She's definitely very bendy. I'll give her that much. I don't know who she is, but she's a bendy woman. I like that.
You guys ready for celebrity number 2?
She was
Ooh,
in.
Let's run it. Let's run
Let's
it.
do it. Run the gamut.
Kevin Bacon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ezra Miller.
Oh shit.
There's
CJ.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out what those things are in the sky.
You don't want to know the answer.
I'm gonna say CJ because
Chinese
look at
balloons,
how-
Joe.
It's the reflection. They're looking out of a window, and it's a reflection of lights behind them.
Look at that.
That
It's in the
second
water.
knuckle looks a little.
Second toe. Where the fuck is the middle toe?
Is it the middle toe?
It's gone.
No, the middle toe's there. It's hiding the big toe. The big toe's
So
there.
just look up Google who's missing their like middle toe.
Something's literally mutated with that.
No, there's 5 toes there.
Brittany Griner. Biggie.
If you count both feet, there's 5 toes there.
No, they got the middle toe and the other toe are
No, the
blocking the big toe.
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera.
No. Oh.
Hmm.
I know this pose.
Look at that fucked up toes again.
Well, man.
Is this some Brie Larson shit again, bro?
No, it's not.
The pictures look very.
Just to
very big.
recap, this is Brie Larson. Okay.
Oh,
This is not Brie Larson again. I'll give you a hint. This is not Brie Larson.
Oh man, you gotta warn me. So I could hide Kool-Aid Man's eyes from that. Come on.
To recap, women's shoes are awful for their feet.
Zeta
I don't think we have any guesses for this one so far.
This is a tough one. You threw us off with that missing toe ass foot.
Well, in this one, you can't tell if the strap is hiding a toe or if it's missing.
It's that one.
That's 2 out of 3 photos prove he's missing a toe.
I'm gonna go with.
I like
I'm
how
gonna
you
go
said
with.
I'm going with Celine Dion.
I'm gonna go with Farrah Fawcett.
I'm gonna go with
Farrah Fawcett today.
Shit, I can't really think right now. Mila Jovovich. Las Cruces. Look at her. Mila Jovovich. That's a good guess right there, actually. Las Cruces.
Nobody's got it.
Wait. What's the name of Stallone's ex-wife?
Bridget Nielsen.
That's the one I'm going with. Bridget Nielsen.
I'm gonna go Mariah Carey.
Bridget Nielsen. That's what I'm going with.
I'm gonna stick with Reese Witherspoon just because that feels safe.
Any guesses, Joe?
Flipper.
That's correct.
Flipper's probably how she lost the toe.
They look like they did have Flavor Flav was done with her. So that's perfect.
Oh, yeah, he had a foot fetish. That's one way to lose the toe.
Yeah.
But that's Elba.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, we got a Sue Storm in the chat. Jessica Alba, right?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Damn,
Buffy.
girl, she's.
That's funny.
That's
'cause I
how-
guess Christy Swanson for the first.
The toe got eaten by a vampire.
Is she still a thing? Like I haven't seen her in years.
The last thing she was in was Clerks 3.
Oh, she was. In
Oh
that?
wait.
She's
Oh
doing
wait.
a
Yeah.
series. She's doing a series on.
I'm talking about real movies.
Guess those Tootsies.
CJ's asking if Sarah Michelle Gellar is still a thing. Well, he keeps bringing up Rhea Perlman.
Also, she
Yeah,
played
she's
in,
still relevant.
She played Tila in Masters of the Universe.
Oh, that's right. She was the voice for Tila.
Everybody
She's in that new series called Wolfpack. I've never seen it, but
Oh my!
That's some beautiful art there, Remy.
It's Masters of the Universe.
The Bastards of the Universe. I'm sorry. That's what I heard. Wait, what? What is it?
So you're making me saddy, man. You're not going to come to the Berkeley Comic Show. You're not going to come to Heroes Con.
What can I do?
It's like your existence in comic world is a lie.
It probably is.
You've become a foodie, and I don't know if I can live with that.
You've become a foodie.
All you're doing is like little pub crawl blogs.
That's all. It's been a while. Yes.
Oh,
yes,
we've
it's
tried
been a
this
while.
really hoppy beer and this super hoppy beer and this one. Oh my goodness, this one really makes you hoppy.
Don't let him talk to you like that. I'm a beer snob too. I'm just
I like hoppy beers. Damn it, Rob.
We're gonna go to a place called World of Beers at freaking Heroes Con, man.
Yeah. I'm also going to Puerto Vallarta
not
like
to be
later on that
confused-
month. So it's one of those things
not
where I
to
have
be
to choose
confused with
between
beers of the
Charlotte or
world.
Mexico. Charlotte, right? That's where Heroes Con is, right? Charlotte. Yeah. So it's a decision between Charlotte or Mexico, and I don't know, man. That's a really tough decision.
Yeah, it is because we're all gonna be in Charlotte and there's gonna be Mexicans in
Yeah,
Mexico.
look at this, dude. This is just classic, just bleeding right here, Rob. You're not going. This is
Have I said anything that's not factually accurate?
All the cool kids are coming.
I know. Peer pressure like a motherfucker over here. God, you man's not going.
I'm just saying,
Oh,
man,
God.
you're part of the community, or you're just.
Where did you say you were going to Mexico?
Yeah, I'm going to Mexico later on that month. So I'm like,
Last time I went to Mexico, I came back like this. I'm just saying.
I mean, I get
Fire
why
you
be
gotta
wet.
wear them water socks, man.
Yeah, those cartels are ruthless, eh?
Yeah, what do you want to go get some discount avocados? I mean, let's be honest. I understand why Mad Spidey's not going to Heroes Con. He's got a little bit of a transportation issue.
I thought we were all pitching in like $5 for
And
gas.
his boss won't let him off.
It's the worst time of year for me.
Oh man! See, I was like I said, I was gonna pitch in
And
$5
and
for gas,
literally
bro.
still couldn't afford to go.
He's not prepared enough to tell his boss to go pound sand.
Oh no! And then there's San Francisco Fan Expo at the end of the year.
Yep.
And
Well,
he's playing-
okay, let me ask you this: are you going to go to Shortbox Live?
Yeah. I already got my ticket for that one. I'm going to Sharpbox.
All right, so I'll see you at Shortbox Live.
Yeah, for sure. I'll
You
be
going
at
to San Jose
Sharpbox.
Con?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Sharpbox Live. I'm gonna be.
Yeah,
be at
so
Sharpbox.
we already established that. You going to go to San Jose Con?
Shortbox Live is the spot. Yes.
Okay, so you're not.
What
So
a
you're,
little boy, man.
I'm not sure.
you're skipping San Jose Con. Got it.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure
How about
on.
Silicon?
You know what?
Hey,
Depending
Spidey, what's
on
the
if
flight
some of my
cost?
friends go to that one, like if Red and a couple of my other buddies end up going to Silicon, we might go. Just
At
'cause
least they
that one's
pushed
kind of fun.
Silicon. They pushed out to October now this year, so it's not going to be in the middle of the summer competing with San Jose Con. They gave up. San Jose Con wiped
okay.
them out last year when no comic book creators would show up to Silicon.
That San Jose Con is the one that you and I went to, right? At the
Yeah, the little one. Yeah, like it's the same people who put on the East Bay Con that we were at
It's
just the other week.
It's the one where Rob and I met at the Holiday Inn. It was a fantastic time.
Yeah,
What a little boy, man.
unlike the East Bay Con where we missed each other at the Holiday Inn.
We totally missed each other at the Sheridan Inn. It
Oh,
was
was
at
it
the
the Sheridan? Whatever it
Sheridan
was.
Inn. Yeah, we missed each other at that.
Can't be seen in public in the same place.
Here
I
on
came, I
the
saw,
material
I sat on your
plane.
face. Mad Spidey has too much.
Oh, I didn't do it. I'm on my phone. I'm innocent this time.
I really do want to go to Heroes Con. Like you guys you're thinking about it. I'm like, or talking about it. I'm like, man, that sounds like that's the one to go to. Like, I would love to meet up with like people at other cons outside of like the Bay Area, like San Diego Comic-Con or MegaCon, Heroes Con, C2E2. Like, I want to go to like at least 2 or 3 cons outside of California this year.
Yeah, so I only hit the one outside, but I just realized I got a pretty big between. I did the Berkeley show in January, doing Berkeley show here in March. I did the East Bay Con in February. I got Short Box Live, out at San Jose Con, Silicon, Heroes Con, and Fan Expo in San Francisco. I'm actually, and then depending upon it, I might go to another Berkeley show if they do it anymore on Sundays. I know the next one they're doing is Saturday, so I can't go.
What about Carrier Con? Are you going to go to that one? Remember, I told you
No,
I'm going to that
not.
one for sure.
I looked at the dates, and the dates were not good for me. It's on a Saturday only.
Yeah.
Which conflicts with Only Slams.
Oh yeah, it does.
And it's based on what I saw, there's only going to be a couple comic shops there, and most of it's going to be pop culture stuff.
Yeah, gotcha.
aimed at kids. So that's not for me.
Gotcha. Well, the fact that it's being
like
held
the idea
on,
of it,
the fact
Carrier
being...
Con Joe, they're taking the Nimitz, or not the Nimitz, the fucking
Hornet.
what's that? The Hornet.
Hornet.
They're putting a comic convention on the Hornet aircraft carrier. And they'll even let you. They're going to do a thing where like you can come in the night before and stay and sleep overnight on the ship if you want.
Yeah,
you get a whole experience. But I've done
They do that
enough
here
staying
with
on
the,
those ships
Wisconsin.
for
The
with
SS
scouts.
Wisconsin.
But
it sounds fun. It definitely sounds super fun. But
It's
I'm not
different.
gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend the night though. I'm cool with that.
No,
I've
stayed in the Pompano there in San Francisco.
Thanks for checking in,
the
man.
World War
Hi,
II
Mark.
submarine. That's a confined space. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah. The one that's out there on like close to the piers.
Yeah, we this Cub Scout packs we stayed on overnight on that one time. That was.
It sounds rough. But yeah, one of these for sure. Like one of these years, I definitely want to meet up with with some of us. Like it'd be nice if we could do all of us, right? But some of us out there, one of the cons outside of Cali, and it sounds like everyone's headed over to Heroes Con and shit. Like it sucks I won't be able to make it, but
There's a
there'll be more.
There is a good contingent E-Man as a secondary option if you want to take. I mean, I'm not going to be there, but there's a secondary Planet Con. There's a bunch of people going to Planet Con too because it's all the Kansas.
Or MegaCon.
And MegaCon's another one. There'll be bunch of people at MegaCon, but I don't know.
There's always New York Con.
I don't know who's organizing those. I do know Planet Con though. I do
You know what?
I just want to say the next big best con happening is like August 24th, and that's going to be Fan Expo in Toronto.
There's also Terrificon too.
Yeah, Fan Expo Toronto. That's where it started, right? That's where the Fan
Are you-
Expo series is from, isn't it?
Yeah, are you gonna come, Travis?
I'm thinking of coming. I was looking at tickets are cheap and that, and then yeah, I'm definitely going to come because that'd be the first time I get to meet actual Dracula. And I stated on another stream, I was just like, he's going to be the first one I meet. I bet you.
Yeah, I imagine Chris will be going to that as well. So
Well, I have to ignore him until I meet you.
absolutely, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
There you are.
Look
You
at
take the
look
train?
at Matt MegaCon. You're going to MegaCon, Matt. That'd be dope, man. See, like I have like a free ticket to go to any of the fan expos around the nation. So like MegaCon, Toronto, San Francisco. Like I can go to any one of them. I have one free ticket to go to one of them. And I'm probably gonna tell my girlfriend that I'm going on a business trip. Like they hired me. Hey, I need to go to Florida for training for the weekend.
Yeah, I know Fan Expo San Francisco this year. I'm only going to go one day. I'm not going to buy a 3-day pass again. She says it's going to be that Thanksgiving Day weekend, and I know how big it is. So
it was for as little people as it just felt like too much.
E-Man,
I'm
gotta
gonna go like on Sunday and go with the kids to
You got to do New York then. If you got that ticket, come to New York.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a Fan Expo in New York. I know it's New York Comic Con, but it's not like part of the Fan Expo family.
Oh, it's not part of that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of microbreweries around here.
I know, bro. I gotta go do that. I want to go check out like the breweries up in Portland are dope for sure. Like, and of course here in the Bay we got them. It's down in Southern California, and I definitely want to. That's one of the things that we like to do is every time we go travel is that really check out like breweries like local brews, and see how those are. And I love to go. I would love to go see what Florida and New York have to offer for sure.
I'm either gonna. I'm tempted to do either Toronto or Terrificon, just so I could see the Canadian contingent over there, Dracula and.
I know a few Aussies that I know have actually done Fan Expo Toronto, and they reckon it's an absolutely awesome con,
See,
especially if you've got the VIP where you can get in like 2 hours beforehand as well.
Look! It's hard. Dude. So, Spidey, come by. Come through. Like I said earlier, I put $5 on your gas. I got you, dude. I got you on gas. Just come through.
That's $5 US.
Yeah, right.
That's like
What's
10
the cost of the
Australian
ticket to come from Australia to the US?
About
any
2.5 grand.
2.5?
Yeah.
What?
Something like that.
Hold on. From Melbourne to.
He's not.
Well,
It's
are you
not
in
as
Melbourne
horrible
or
as
in
I
Sydney?
thought it would be.
Yeah,
I
I'm in
thought it was
Melbourne.
more expensive.
Melbourne. Wow, I don't
Bad,
even know why I
it's
had
not
to say
as
it like that.
expensive as I thought. I thought it
Melbourne
was
to
more
San
expensive than that.
Francisco.
A lot of Americans say Melbourne instead of Melbourne.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a Melbourne in the States somewhere too.
Melbourne, Australia. Let's put it in for Toronto.
Yeah, CJ, come to Toronto. We'll show you a good time for
I know
sure.
Ozzy has told me that he will show me
Yeah.
around all the adult entertainment clubs around
That's
there.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, they're called
absolutely.
breweries. They're called breweries. So good.
Yeah,
Maybe
Terrificon's great too. I was gonna go to Terrificon this year. It's still, I guess, kind of a possibility, but it's kind of conflicting with my work schedule because July I'm going to be pretty slammed with work. So may not be able to do Terrificon this year. I am going to do Fan Expo Toronto, but because Heroes Con is in June, that is very much a possibility. So Heroes Con is still. I started looking at the tickets for everything there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Typically when is Fan
Oh, you
Expo
got to come,
Toronto?
Jack. If that's the case, you got to come down to Terrificon.
Drac, what month is Toronto Fan Expo?
August, I believe.
August
Yeah.
24th to
August.
the 26th.
That's right. Yeah.
27th, I apologize. Thursday to Sunday.
And from a selfish point of view, I've never been to Toronto, so I'd like to take advantage of actually going to the con and actually discovering a little bit of the city too. So,
hey,
I mean, yeah, well, that's the thing is you can actually do that. Whereas Terrificon, it's pretty much you're just going to see the casino, which is great. I mean, the Terrificon was awesome, but it's not like you can go out around and see. There's nothing to see around it, right?
oh,
So
you're stuck in Mohegan Sun and the Indians.
yeah,
They take all your
exactly.
money.
Yeah.
That's how it works
Well,
over there.
you have the advantage though, CJ, is you get the US dollar buying in Canadian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Spidey, hear me out.
Yep,
Hear me out. All right. $1,800 round trip from Melbourne to Toronto. But $137 for a 5-night stay, like blocks away from the convention center. So yeah, you're paying a lot, but man, I found you an Airbnb for like $32 a night. It's a dorm, and I think you need to sleep with other dudes. But bro, I found a deal for you. Like it can happen,
And I wouldn't be coming alone either.
Okay,
Beck
well,
could definitely be coming with me.
I can find a woman's dorm for her. Hold on. Give me a second. What I'm saying is that it is possible. Look, all you got to do is sell half a kidney. It'll grow back. I think part of your liver will grow back too. You can do
Kidneys are
this.
overrated.
And you know what? Here's the thing: like these flights will definitely drop like 4 months before. So like $2,000 for a round trip. It'll drop.
Pre-COVID, they were doing flights from either Melbourne or Sydney, I think, to I can't remember whether it was either LA or New York. I can't remember, but they were like $1,000. But the only problem with that is it was carry-on only. That's why I was at the discounted rate, sort of thing. So, but
just
if
pay
I'm
the
going to
extra.
go, I'm going to go.
Hey, at that rate, you take your carry-on, buy a bunch of cheap-ass souvenir T-shirts, throw them away, and you're still ahead of the game.
Then where am I going to store all my art and my comics and all that sort of stuff that I
Ship
buy?
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I found
Yeah.
an Airbnb with a beautiful look of a street for like $300 for like 5 nights. I think I got you, dude. So like, just know that your stay is actually could be a lot cheaper than you think. So yeah, you're gonna play out the ass for the plane ticket, but I will find you an Airbnb for like $200.
Yeah, you can stay someplace cheap. You just have to be on camera, some secret stream that you don't know about. It's filming everything you do, if for somebody's fetish. But hey,
Yeah, it's got a window that faces another brick wall. Fine, like don't worry about it. It's beautiful view. Like
Walk
totally-
around and tell
Hey, as
everybody
long
what
as I
you're
got a
doing.
bed and a shower, I'm fine.
Yeah.
look, hey, murders
Hostels
only
have
happen
been
in the
getting a bad
neighborhood
rap.
once a week, not every day.
Comic Ozzy's asking what hotel. Dude, it's not a hotel. It's an Airbnb. It's like a private
Listen,
room.
Spidey, hostels have
Simon-
been getting a very bad rap. You could go there, don't worry about it. To me, you know, you'll get a little interaction with the people that are at the hostel. You'll be okay. Don't worry about it.
Simon, if you can actually clear it with your work, just send me 25 to 30 pictures of your feet, and we'll get the tickets covered. All right. I know a guy.
I put
We'll
5 on
take
it. I'm
care
telling you. I put 5 on it.
Yeah, so I'd basically be in the hole for at least 4 to 4.5.
25 pictures of your tootsies, and we got that covered. Okay.
Well, do you consider that to be in the hole, or is it towards your enlightenment and your
Starts a vacation.
you're giving yourself culture and discovering the world?
I don't give a shit about that. I just want to buy some cheap books because I'm sick of paying Australian prices.
A man with purpose. I love it. See, this is why like people collect throughout the year and then flip, so that way it can fund the hobby, so they can take flights over to a completely different country to buy cheaper books to bring home to flip for the following convention.
That's what Joe wants to do over here. Joe wants to bring a whole heap of big books over here and flip them for massive margins.
Yeah. I've thought about it. Like legit. Like go to Australia with some of the doubles that I have in Golden Age. Just flip them all there. Just lose my mind.
There's not as big a following of Golden Age. You'd be better off with silver and above. I don't think there's a few Golden Age collectors. There's a few Golden Age, but not much.
Want something like that, like good old Blue Beetle type stuff.
It's gonna happen, Simon. It's gonna happen, and I will buy you a beer.
First, too.
See, look, now you're doing too much, bro.
They can't do everything for you.
I know.
Get out.
Oh,
That was the first picture I could find.
What a little man, boy.
Hello, whack, whack.
Now he's just gonna click everything I got here.
It's a click everything.
Did Titus really slap the shit out of his own face?
Hello,
yeah.
whack, whack, quack, 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 quack.
The song won better. I don't know. You haven't got the song, have you? That's Wax got the song, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Titus
Dr.
hit the
Von
streams in
Hoot's
a
in
while.
the building, man, from the other side of the world hanging. Isn't it already like tomorrow for him too? Like
It's tomorrow for me too. It's 1:27 for me.
Yeah, you're like an anomaly though.
Like
TM.
5:30 in the morning.
You're
No,
like
Newfoundland is an anomaly. They're actually half an hour later than I am.
Oh, that's crazy. That's right. There's like a spot. of
Yeah,
the
they
world
got their
where they do
30-minute time zone. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Joe, what are you drinking? I imagine that should be nothing less than moonshine because it's like a silver like drinking cup thing.
It's actually mead.
Yeah, see, I was right. 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
He's just waking up.
Yeah. So
Let's drink of the
I'm
king.
doing it. I'm doing it, guys. I am definitely going to go to my very first Comic-Con.
5:30 a.m. over there. What? Your first win? Where?
August 24th. I'm gonna literally buy my tickets next month.
How far?
Just so I have to go.
How far is that journey for you though, TM? Like that's what I want to know. Like what does it take for you to get there?
I'm gonna plane it, like take a plane, and it's gonna cost for a round trip like there and back $188.
Hey,
and
look,
then I gotta figure out hotel. So I'm gonna buy my tickets next month. And I'm gonna buy my plane tickets, and then I'm going to save up for the hotel for 3 nights and find a decent hotel. one that I'm not gonna like die in.
No, you won't die. I told Simon.
I'm
man,
not.
I found a spot.
I'm
It's
not
less than
I'm
$200.
not spooning a bunch of guys, dude.
Look. If you're trying to save a penny,
I was gonna say, Travis, you can stay with me. My wife can stay in the hotel.
Oh, wicked! Awesome.
Oh,
Deal.
Yeah.
Is this where the low
Don't do
travel?
it. Don't do it, TM. Trust me. Find a bridge. Don't do it. That guy has
My
skin or
flight
something
lands
you
at
need to
8.
put on
His
when
flight
you walk
leaves at
in.
9.
Well,
Imagine
and plus,
that. You walk into Drag's house and he's like, "Welcome." Full skin over his face.
he's filming it too. Like,
Let's talk, Matt. I'm
You
down.
just sit
Also,
there, you don't even sleep. You're just looking around the whole time, waiting for him to like pop out in masks. Some weird
and dude, I'm gonna like save up so much money to go there because like I'm looking through like the list of people. Like I'm not too like the comic creators going. I think there's the only one that I really want to like get something autographed by is like Tom King. But like the celebrity guests, let me tell you, there's freaking Katie Sackhoff, freaking Giancarlo Esposito, freaking Michael Rooker, freaking Robert Englund.
Oh.
And here is the tip of the iceberg: Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Yeah, there you go, dude. I saw them live, man. They're freaking funny.
You know, all those reasons and more are kind of make me not want to go to Toronto.
Yeah, what about Robert Englund, man? That's Freddy Krueger himself, man.
I need some Canadian goodness.
You don't have to see the celebrities, DJ.
TM is going to be there. Kevin Smith is going to be there. Tell me something good. You know, like what's
Charlie Hunman. Charlie Hunman's going to be there.
Who the hell is
Theo
Charlie
Rossi? He played Jax on.
Hold on, TM. Look what Callie said.
Kevin Smith canceled today. Oh, Astronomicon.
Never mind.
Oh yeah, this is happening August 24th. He could cancel it too, because the reason why he canceled on like certain things because like it's storming where he's at. I guess
cancel him.
It's storming in Southern California. We can't deal with the snow. It's crazy
yeah.
down there.
Also,
See, they don't know how to drive.
This is even better right here. Joseph Quinn.
Who the hell is that?
Who's that?
He played on Stranger Things.
Which one? Wait, which one? Oh! What was his name?
Eddie.
Stranger Things, Eddie. That's right.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Metallica.
Yeah.
And then you do got like the hobbits showing up, but I'm not a fan of Lord of the Rings, so I don't really care about them.
The only Eddie I'm interested is if Eddie Munster's there. That's it.
But you also got Anthony Daniels.
Eddie Munster, Rhea Perlman.
Anthony, what? C-3PO is going to be there?
Yeah.
That's going to be that. That would be dope to see him.
And Matthew Lewis. Also Michael Rooker. You can't go wrong with Michael Rooker.
No. People were saying that he was really cool at San Francisco Con, at the San Francisco Fan Expo. People were coming out of his like little photo shoot, and people were like, yeah, dude, he's actually really dope. Like he's really, really cool. I was surprised to hear how many people really spoke highly about him.
Also, like you got A-Train, Girl, and Frenchie showing up there as
The only
well.
one I want to see out of them is Stargirl. What the hell is Starlight? Starlight, that's the one I want to see there.
Oh yeah, she's not in the panel. She is.
We had Shatner last year.
See,
you
I
were
don't
actually
know how many more cons that guy's got in him.
He's going to be there this year too.
Yeah.
Also, LeVar.
Probably every year.
I love how Frenchie's gonna be there, dude. Fucking, I like how he calls Huey Petite Huey, and it makes it sound like he's saying Patooey, hey Patooey. That makes me laugh. And if anyone watches The Boys, that shit is hilarious. Every time he calls Huey, hey Patooey, with his French accent.
Is Elvira gonna be there?
No, I didn't see her. But Jason Fabrik is going to be there. Tom King, Inyuk Lee. Yeah, there's not many comic creators going to be there that really.
Yeah, because Fan Expo is a pop culture con rather than a comic con, really.
Fan Expo got a massive artist alley. They
Yeah,
release names closer to the con. That's why.
They got a lot of
That's
tattoo
right.
artists
It's
coming.
only March. They'll probably add more.
Scott's Collectibles usually comes through with like a lot of their artists there. Like last year, it was like Martin Simmons, Alvaro Martinez Bueno, Steven Segovia, of course the Mirandas. So like they come through. So if Scott's Collectibles is going to show up, they'll probably be bringing the crew there too.
Hey, is Rob Liefeld going to be at Heroes Con?
Probably not.
Is he going to be at any of these cons?
He doesn't usually. Does he go to cons anymore?
He quite often does New York, doesn't he, CJ?
Yeah, I couldn't get anywhere near him. There was too long of a line when he was in New York. I need to get near him so he could make me a sketch cover of feet. Silence.
He's golden.
Silence. Silence.
I do like Rob Liefeld's Hawk and Dove covers.
Look at those cat-like reflexes.
I didn't do that.
That was sexy, DJ. Where's he at, man?
He was on here earlier. Like, he was in the chat somewhere earlier.
It's like tomorrow for him too now, isn't it?
I know nothing. I'll start playing more random clips.
All right. I'm gonna have to dip out, you guys, because I just want to.
Well, at least you're honest.
No, because I'm gonna go spend some time with a girl and probably get some late night junk food.
Well, you're already going to spend time with them apparently in June because you're not coming to Heroes Con.
I'll spend time with you tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe you already kind of said no.
I didn't say officially no. I said I'm not sure. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Probably could.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Maybe probably not. Look at Joe. What?
All
right, guys.
Dip out.
Good night. Peace.
Take it easy, man. I'm gonna dip out too because I got stream fatigue. I am exhausted. How the hell do I get out of here? Goodbye, people. What the hell? What the hell? Turn off, man.
Bye, CJ. F you.
Happy birthday. There you go. Yep.
I'm thinking of getting the ultimate fan package benefit.
The 2 hours early.
Now
one.
he's going to go hard, man. He's all pumped.
Yeah, well, that's what. Like I said, like 2 of my mates went over there did the fan expo or whatever. I think it was like 2016 or something like that, and they did that, and you got in like 2 or 3 hours early. They literally set up, got all their art because they're big art guys as well. Set up a whole pile of commissions, did a whole heap of celebrity signings and all that sort of stuff, even before it was people were in the doors. So it's definitely worth it if you can afford it.
Well, I got some time to save up too for some stuff and that plan it out now, and I want to go kind of big for my first one. You always got to go big for your first. First got to be special. It's always special. It's the one that you'll remember the rest of your life.
That's what she said. Always go big.
So I'm definitely going to take some time off work, 4 days. Go for 3. The 4-day admissions to all 4 days of Fan Expo.
And then you walk in and go, where the fuck do I start? You've never done? You've never done a con, Trav?
No.
Definitely going to be an eye-opening experience.
I'm going to walk through the doors and I'm going to have to go poop.
Fan Expo's, last year it was rammed. A ton of people. Definitely, some of those aisles get pretty tight, but it's good. You'll like it for sure.
All right. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to step off here focus on a couple things before I go to bed.
Rob,
And
thanks
for
for joining us, sir.
I know it's really late for you, Remy, and you'd ultimately like this to break down soon so you can go to bed yourself. So, people, last call for alcohol.
Rob's calling him.
Here
I
on
came, I
the
saw, I
material
sat on your
plane.
face.
He's ready.
Yeah, I'm out of here as well.
Yeah, we'll cut it off. We'll cut it
Yeah, I
off.
gotta jump myself.
Anybody want to go over anything? Anybody got anything coming up?
Nah.
Usual.
Well,
Subscribe.
since we're both
Join the
on the channel, we got Between the Lines this Monday. We got actual Dracula joining us.
No way.
Yeah, this Monday I'll be on Between the Lines with Travis and Geek It with
So
Roscoe.
enthusiastic about it. He's like, with Travis.
It's like 1 a.m, so I'm a little tired.
I get it.
You got anything else, Drac?
I do have a video coming out tomorrow, and then later this week, I'll have an announcement for my 500 subscriber giveaway. So there's that, and there's Between the Lines.
Nice.
Yeah, there's the question.
Yeah.
What's the theme for Between the Lines?
You'll have to watch to find out.
Yeah, you gotta watch to find out, I guess.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let me find something to
Closing time.
Thank you for everybody in the panel. Thank you for everybody in the chats. We'll see you next time.
Closing time. Time to roll to Chili's and chow down with my fucking boys.
Night, you cock slamming fools.
I do prefer the more sort of, I suppose you could call it intimate.